Ladies and gentlemen, they're calling it the War on 94. It's the most anticipated game in the state of Wisconsin tonight. Welcome to the campus of Hudson High School for tonight's Big Rivers Conference battle between the host Hudson Raider and your River Falls Wildcats, alongside Director of Photography Jenna Peters, producer Rob Derry, Sophie Adi on color. I'm your host Greg Peters, and we are insanely excited to bring you tonight's action. It is high school volleyball at its finest. Well, Hudson comes into tonight's game 22-0 and ranked 5th in the state. In the most recent poll, River Falls is 25-6. All 6 losses have been in 2-set tournament play and have been to ranked teams in either Minnesota or Wisconsin. And as the kids say, Brother Rob, it's going to be a banger tonight.
No doubt.
The War on 94?
Yeah, so tonight is Pass Set Attack Cancer Night, a very unique event as both teams and both sets of parents are combining to raise money for the Rhinos Foundation. It's a local nonprofit organization that provides funds to families dealing with cancer in western Wisconsin. And with me now, let's get her up and ready to rock. Whoop. There she is right there with me now to talk more about tonight is River Falls head coach Sarah Cayley. Coach, when you lay it all out on the table, how can a regular season conference game get much better than this?
Well, I don't think it can, because you've got the rivalry between River Falls and Hudson, which is always going to draw a bigger crowd. And then when you throw in the cancer fundraiser, that brings in more people because both communities, benefit from the donations that Rhinos is able to give and just want to get behind a good cause. So I think the combo of the two, and then the third layer of being, 2 undefeated teams in conference that are pretty evenly matched, and it's going to be some outstanding volleyball.
Coach, you played Hudson back at the very beginning of the season.
Yep.
You guys were without Maddie Range.
Right.
She was out with the dislocated shoulder. Marvelous Marvin is back, and she's back in a big way. How does that change things this time around?
Well, it's a total game changer for us because she just stabilizes so many aspects of our game. I mean, it's not just the balls that she can hit offensively, but it's our blocking presence at the net. It's our ball control. She's one of our primary passers. And I think her leadership, too. We missed that when she was out because she's the only player on my roster that's been a 4-year varsity player for me. So she's kind of been through it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what we look like matched up against them with her on the court because we're a very different team now than we were in August.
Yeah. You've also had a starting middle hitter, Addie Nesbitt. She's been out with an ankle injury. But 2 super sophomores, Charlie Sigelski and Brooke Dusick, have stepped up also in a big way. Sigelski leads the team in blocks.
Right.
But Brooke Dusick, she's never played in the middle, and in a short couple weeks, I think she's been outstanding. How has Brooke Dusick been able to make that switch so fast?
She's been phenomenal. And right now we've got Brooke playing 2 rotations in the middle and Abby Gilbertson playing 1. Charlie's our M2 opposite them. It's been really nice because Charlie is a really good blocking presence, and her offensive progression has kind of grown throughout the season. Brooke is super dynamic. She's just so fast. So even though she's never played middle, she's got the speed to get pin to pin. And not only that, she can really hit the ball. She can rip on it for being as small as she is. So I think people underestimate her because of her size, and then she comes up and just drills it. I mean, she's been our most aggressive play out of the middle at this point right now.
She can get up.
Yeah, she certainly can. And, with Abby in there, she's got the 1 rotation, and like I've told her, she's front row with Ava and Maddie, and I said, you don't have to hit from the middle. You can split, and we can run 2 pins, and Ava can set from the middle, right? So we've been working on that a lot this week. I'm anxious to see what that looks like tonight because that's more her comfort zone. So if we can get her comfortable, it just adds another layer to our offense.
As a coach, do you change things up when you have a middle as good as Jana Jankowski and then also a setter as good as Ellie Burns on their team? Like, how does that affect how you coach on your side of the net?
I think you have to. You have to be aware of the other team's strengths. Ultimately, I've always said, we focus on our side of the net and, what we do. So we've worked on just blocking fundamentals this week and our service receive platforms and connection with the setter. So we've been working on the things that we do that we need to do well against whomever we play. But at the same time, Jana's got big presence in the net. And they've got really crafty, smaller pins, like an Addie Leach, who can move the ball around. And Ellie's super offensive from that setting position. So, I think if you're not aware of tendencies, then you're giving up points, and we don't want to leave points.
Last question for you, Coach. You made I thought it was a next level comment in the Pierce County Journal pregame write-up, about tonight's game. And you talked about your team's responses to things that they can't control.
Yep.
Tell me why that was your message this week.
Well, I think in any match, like you said, they've got good players on the other side of the net. So Jana's going to go up and she's going to hit a ball. You can't necessarily always control that, but you can control how you respond. And I'm a big fan of, you play sports to learn life lessons through that sporting experience. So there's going to be a lot of things that come up in their lives that they can't control, but they can always, always, always control how they respond to it. So, yeah, we've been talking about that. Like, what is your response going to be? Are you going to do the same thing over again, or are you going to make an adjustment? Well, we're going to make an adjustment because that's what we do.
Hey, Coach,
amen.
Hey, amen. Thanks for coming on the pregame show. Good luck tonight.
I'm super excited. It's going to be a fun one.
I'm going to put a quick Kokoro volleyball commercial on and their connection with
Please
Love
do.
Volleyball. And
Yeah.
when RT's going to take your mic. So
I love it. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
All right, you too. All right. With me here, snuggled up right next to me, is Mr. RT Luchek. RT, thanks for coming on the show tonight. We're going to talk a little Hudson volleyball, a little River Falls volleyball, and a little Kokoro volleyball. You are the co-owner and you're a coach of Kokoro. It's out of Lake Elmo. I know you just built a new facility here that opened up last spring, but tell me about when you and your wife Jen, started Kokoro. When did it all start?
First and foremost, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and speak with you a little bit this afternoon or evening before this awesome game. Kokoro's been around. It's going to be our 15th season now. We started it with about 5 teams in the East Metro out of a small school called Carver Elementary.
Okay.
And it's just grown. And it's grown because of the support of, families and coaches. Coaches like Coach Sarah, coaches like Coach Brittany, Coach Luke in Eau Claire, who's really getting involved. He's our new Eau Claire club director now from Chippewa Falls.
Yeah.
So
I know Luke very well. He's a great guy.
He's awesome. We were so excited when he agreed to kind of step into that club director role over there. And it's because of those people. It's really about relationships that you're building, families that have been in the program. I know that you're very familiar with the Barr family. They were literally one of our first families that helped us get off the ground. They trusted us and what we were basically telling we were going to do, and we have to then go forward and fulfill our promises to our families.
How many kids, how many kids total in the program approximately do you
Good
have
question.
coming for last year? I know this year hadn't started yet, but
yeah, we've grown. Like I said, we've grown from 5 teams to a grand total this past year of well over 100 teams year round.
Okay, and so we're going to talk about some of those kids. Let's talk about Hudson. A lot of the kids. So if for the Hudson Raiders, what should fans be watching for on their side tonight?
Oh my gosh, they're having a great start to the season. I think you said 22-0.
Yeah.
They are deep. They are strong. They're really athletic, and they got some weapons. River Falls has their work cut out for them tonight. They're going to have to do a really good job attempting to slow down Jana Jankowski.
Speaking of her, there she is right there.
Yes, she is. She does a great job. She sees the block well. She's going to move that ball around a little bit, and she also plays really high. They have an outstanding setter in Ellie Burns. Great kid, delivers a really good ball. She's a dangerous offensive weapon as well.
She had a ton of kills when they played River Falls. They played them twice last year, and she is tough to stop.
She's definitely a threat, and she's a threat not only as an attacker but as a setter. She is an offensive setter when they allow her to go through the front row.
And she's headed, I think, to South. It's somewhere in Missouri, and then Jana's headed to Lehigh. Both Division I players.
Yep, they are.
I think Ellie's going to Southeast Missouri State or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
And they have a really outstanding supporting cast though too. They are so deep. Coach Brittany's done a really good job with them. Ellie Leach on the outside. You also have, Addie Leach on the outside.
Yep.
You have Aspen or Libby on the outside with her. Hannah Kenhammer. I mean,
talk about her for a little bit. Her mom's also done a ton of work tonight to help raise all this money.
She has, and I mean, giving back to the community is something that we're all very, very proud of, and I love the work she's done to do that here in Hudson. But I mean, Hannah hits a really heavy ball. She does a really good job on the right side. She's a great kid. She's fiery,
like a sledgehammer.
Definitely.
It's Hannah Kenhammer. We call her the sledgehammer up here on the broadcast,
and that's rightfully so. But I mean, that kid, if she gets going, she's going to be real tough to stop over there.
What do the Wildcats have to do for the Wildcats to do well tonight? What do they have to do?
They're going to have to serve tough. They're going to have to get Hudson out of system. If Hudson is in system and they can use all those weapons, it's going to be tough to stop. If they can slow that ball down when they're blocking, that's going to be helpful. I don't know how
This
many.
is one of the better servers. She has a ton of aces.
Yes, she is. Olivia Derry.
Yeah.
Outstanding libero, real tough server. And that's going to be key in this match. I mean, it almost always comes down to ball control. Who's going to serve and pass the best? But if Hudson is in system, they're going to be tough to stop.
Yeah, so here's another girl, too, that's played in your program for quite a few years, I want to say, probably since 7th grade.
Yep.
What can you say about marvelous Maddie Range?
Oh, Maddie, we absolutely love Maddie Range. She is such a great teammate. She works really hard, and, she's faced some challenges in her volleyball career. From injuries to some disappointment, kind of on team selection, and man, that kid just battles. And she has worked through it, and the resiliency that she's built through that process, that's the stuff that we love to see as a program. I mean, it's cool that these kids are getting better at volleyball, but an athlete that learns how to be resilient and persevere, that's exactly what we are about at Kokoro,
right?
And what we want to see in these athletes.
And the biscuit, Abby Gilbertson, I mean, they've had her on right side. She's helping out in the middle with Addie Nesbitt down. She's, Sarah's been using summer. She's an athletic kid, and she's also been in Kokoro for quite a few years as well.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to actually coach her at the end of the year last year on a team. What a great kid. Plays so hard, super coachable, and she will fill whatever role you need of her. And I know that River Falls is a little dinged up at times, and Abby just steps in and gets it done.
Yeah. So last but not least here, we got a little bit of time left, but not much. Ava Peters, the setter, she started out as a right side in, I guess, 9th grade, but we're about to get, so you can talk a little bit, but we're going to get fired up here pretty quick.
Ava, her leadership is what we really are proud of. Ava is taking time right now to connect with all of her teammates and make sure that the high-powered Hudson offense doesn't rattle her teammates. I mean, she's got a lot of younger teammates out there, and she's really doing a great job kind of pulling those athletes close and making sure that they're calm and they're ready to stay present and in this moment so they can have a really good match against Hudson.
All right, well, RT, thanks for joining us. We're going to get ready for the anthem, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk about Kokoro here the rest of the thing, but we'll talk to you later. Okay, thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for coming together in your paint to cheer on these great teams and to help raise money for people in our community who are fighting all types of cancer. Now we ask that you please turn your attention to the video board for a message from this year's team captain.
Lastly, please remind that state law prohibits alcohol, tobacco, and narcotics in the area. Would you all please rise and honor the
Evidently, I'll make sure it's off. It's not mine. Not mine.
Stripes and bright stars. stirring rendition of the national anthem.
Thanks again, once again, to Coach Cayley and RT Luchek for coming on the pregame. Once again, welcome. We are here live in Hudson, Wisconsin for the Raiders and Wildcats, the war on 94.
It's time.
Yeah. They're also not only playing some outstanding volleyball, it's Rhinos pass, set, attack, cancer night. There's the Venmo code if you want to donate. And thanks to River City Stitch and River Falls for making all the T-shirts tonight. And if you want to get any apparel, Sophie, Hudson, Raider, or River Falls Wildcat, you can drop on by River City Stitch on 2nd Street right in River Falls.
I love it.
I was just in there today getting another hat made.
What color is it?
Gray and black, believe it or not.
It's not blue?
Different than this.
It's not blue?
It's not a Wildcat hat. I've got a different patch.
Oh, got ya. Well, the Raiders are showing their little pregame little video.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's doing that now. I wonder where they got that idea. Oh, I know. I'm just kidding.
Sophie, did you do this video as well?
No, I did Hudson's video last year.
You did?
Traitor.
But not this year.
Not this year, no.
Get her out of here.
Hey, Rob, money talks, brother.
I
think AC/DC wrote a song about that, Sophie.
Something along those lines.
Oh, here we go with the jug right away.
Yeah, they're going right out of the gate. There was Charlie Cat Hot Chicken Sigelski. There's Brooke Dusick. She's a sophomore 5'7" starter at right side and in the middle. Amelie Pankinen, a 5'10" sophomore outside hitter. And there is one of your captains, number 10, marvelous, Maddie Range. There's the biscuit, Abby Gilbertson. And there's the Wildcat setter, number 12. They call her the pilot, Sophie. That's Ava Peters. And there is your libero tonight. Rob Derry likes to call it the libero.
I love all of the girls' smiles and giggles as they're getting booed by the Hudson cheering section.
I noticed on the Wisconsin broadcast they just call him a bro. I kind of like that.
Sophie, you call out the number of the starters for me.
Instead of libero, just
yeah,
bro.
Emily Even's known for saying bro. I will say that. Number one for Hudson, Ellie Burns.
Yeah, I can hear him. Yeah, there's the starter for Hudson at setter, a 5'9" setter, senior Ellie Burns. Who was the second one?
I wasn't paying attention. RT was trying to slip us some notes.
Looked like number 3, Caitlin Doris. Number 4, Addie McCarthy.
Yeah. Caitlin Drost is starting. She's a 5'5" junior libero. And then at number 4, Addie McCarthy.
Thought they had a different libero.
There's number 10, Hannah Kindhammer. We call her the sledgehammer. There's number 10, Jana Jankowski. They call her the Big Blackowski. And then
there she is.
Addie Leach snuck in there on us. She's a 5'8" senior outside hitter. She can get up, Rob.
Sure. Most of these girls
did
can
we
jump
miss any?
pretty
Did
good.
we miss any starters, Sophie?
Did you get their libero, Chloe Lockhart?
And you know what? We did not. That's number 6, Chloe Lockhart. She's going to try to lock down the back line back there.
I love it.
Well, one of the things that I did some research on the Raider, and Ellie Burns, their setter, she's a Division I player headed to Southeast Missouri. I think don't quote me on it, but I think it's either Southeast Missouri. But she'll either, back kick to the side, and I'm going to call that a sideburn tonight, Ellie Burns.
The old sideburn.
Sometimes she goes in the middle when everybody's sitting around. I'm going to call that a sunburn. And then sometimes she plays from the right side and whacks a kill, and I'm going to call that a windburn from Ellie Burns.
I'm most excited to see you keep these straight all night.
Well, we'll try.
Clever.
We'll try.
Very clever.
Let me get the scoreboard ready to rock and roll. We got it right there.
I'm so excited for this game. Not only a rivalry, but 2 incredibly highly skilled, highly competitive teams. Hudson undefeated thus far.
Should be a
treat.
doozy.
Yeah, Wildcats, if you missed the pregame, Wildcats come in at 25-6. And all 6 of their losses were to ranked opponents in the state in either Minnesota or Wisconsin. Hudson comes in at 22-0, ranked number 5 in the state of Wisconsin. Amelie Pankinen to serve for the Wildcats, and here we go, Sophie. We're a ways back in the stands. Hudson's wearing some white and pink jerseys. Wildcats in their traditional blue and gold, and marvelous Maddie Range with the kill to start things off for the Wildcat.
Ceiling should not be much of an issue tonight. It's high.
Nice and high, just the way Rob likes it.
You got that right.
Pankinen to serve once again.
Uh-oh.
Nice serve.
Raider out of system. Little free ball there by
Straight up.
number 5, Addie Leach. There's a big-time kill in the middle, courtesy of Charlie Cat. Hot chicken, Sophie.
I love that play. Charlie passes that ball perfectly to Ava, and Ava rewards her with a great set, able to hit that right off her left side.
Now, Sophie, when you have a strong middle like the Raiders have with Jana Jankowski,
Yeah.
do you try to get him out of system off the serve?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's very important.
There's a big block by, looks like Sigelski and Peters.
Oh.
The Pilot slam dunks one home with the left hand. Hey, I watched the game from last year this past week, and the Pilot, Ava Peters, did not have that in her repertoire, that left-handed slam dunk. She does this year.
I love it. Looks like the down ref's going to consult with the up ref as to whether or not Peters was in the net there. I think there's some confusion between the two of them, so we'll see what the outcome is. Yeah, looks like Peters is in the net.
Huh. So we'll make that change.
She knows it, too. She said she thinks she got away with it at first.
The Pilot had a wing on the right side, just clipped the net.
I couldn't see it from my vantage point. I'm too far away.
We're up
Still
in the cheap
play,
seats.
though. Good to see her be offensive early on.
If we have to yell something at the refs, I'm going to feel like Bob Uecker in a Miller Lite commercial. Brooke Dusick can't handle that serve. Who is number 20? They traded jersey.
I think it's because they're in the specialty jerseys tonight that she might have
Is
had
that
to borrow
Lockhart?
one, but I'm pretty sure that's Chloe Lockhart.
Okay.
I don't see any other
You know
liberos
what?
listed
I
on their
remember
roster.
last year in the
Trying to fool us.
section finals, Chloe Lockhart had a different
Great
jersey on.
serve! Oh my goodness!
Well, Chloe Lockhart is one of the top liberos rated in the state of Wisconsin, and one of the reasons is she has a brutal serve.
No kidding.
Raider on top, 3-2. Lockhart to serve once again. Nice pass there by Derry. Peters handles it. Little roll shot by
Kept up.
Range. That one's going to be out of bounds. Coach Cayley catches
Nice
that
grab.
one on the fly.
Really nice catch.
That ties it up at 3 apiece, and number 8, Goose Derry, back to serve for the Wildcat.
Huh.
One-handed set by Ellie Burns to the big Blakowski, Jana Jankowski.
Big Blakowski.
Absolutely gorgeous. For a single hand set, that was perfectly controlled. She stayed clean out of the net, and Jankowski took care of it.
Well, for fans watching tonight, you got 2 of the top liberos in the state, and you got 2 of the top setters in the state,
Yep.
one of the top middle hitters in the state, Maddie Range, one of the top outside hitters in the state. It is
Ooh.
high-level high school volleyball tonight, no question about it. And speaking of
Loaded
high
up.
level, Addie Leach preaching from the left side. Hudson up 5-3. How do you like that preach from Addie Leach?
Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
Hey, they call her Grease Lightning back on the back
Nice
row.
pass.
That's
Oh.
Paige Prasnicki. Peters with a block.
Nice up.
Derry to Peters outside to Range.
Oh.
And
Great
Range
swing.
hits
Wow.
the back corner and a beauty. Gets the Wildcats back within 1.
It was nice to see Peters be offensive early on, making sure that the blockers know that they have to be up on her. But when the pass is that perfect, unless you know you have something open on the other side, you got to dish it out to one of your hitters.
I think so, yeah.
And she did just that. 5-4. Wildcats down 1. Peters back to serve. Burns to Leach.
Straight up.
Nice pass by Derry. Back set over to Dusick. Or excuse me, yeah, that was the biscuit, Abby Gilbertson at right side, and Gilbertson gets the kill and ties up the score at 5.
Rising up, Greg.
The biscuit is golden brown.
Oh my gosh.
Sophie, I had so many people that they were there was when Rob talked about there's Jankowski.
Uh-oh.
When you talked about that
Ooh,
one call
tight.
being organic, everybody was laughing at that one. Burns over to Leach again.
Oh, the semi?
And Leach is going to get the campfire kill. This game is going to be back and forth all night long, I have a feeling, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a handsaw, my man.
Now in for the Raider number
we gotta
11,
learn that guy's name.
freshman Libby Bartz.
Who?
The guy from Police Academy that does
Oh.
all
I
the
got
sound
it. I know it.
effects.
Andy Boschelt texted it to me right after we were talking about it.
Oh,
I'll get
funny.
it.
Michael something, right?
Great
There's a-
pickup.
Oh!
Oh,
Matty
wow.
Range. Who picked that up, Rob? Or Sophie?
Dusick managed to get under it while she was covering. Brilliant form. And then Maddie absolutely put it away.
She
So
just caught
great-
him snoozing.
Yeah, great defense by Dusick. Big time play by marvelous Matty Range. 6-6 your score. And Range to serve.
Good serve.
Uh-oh. They're on it, though.
Bartz, free ball there by
Oh,
Krasnicki.
no.
Krasnicki's
So overkill.
Grease Lightning gets the campfire kill for the Raider.
Jenna,
You know why we call her Grease Lightning, Sophie?
Why do you call her Grease
Because
Lightning, Greg?
Rob thought her last name was Kanicki last year.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember the movie Grease?
I do recall the movie
Yeah.
Grease.
Ooh,
That
wow.
served just a little long. Point Wildcat.
Brave letting that one fly.
I was a bit confused because I don't remember the name Krasnicki in Greece.
Kanicki.
Kanicki.
Gotcha.
Close enough. Presnicki rhymes with Kanicki. Gilbertson to serve for the Wildcat. Set by Presnicki. A little tight set. I think that'll be out of bounds.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
They're going to call it off the Wildcat. Point Raider.
Touch, I can't really
Yeah,
see.
line judge called out, but the up ref has the ability to overrule any line judge call if he feels that he's got a better view of it.
I feel like Bob Euchre up in the Miller Lite commercial going, "Hey, Ump, he missed the tag
Oh
from
my
the third deck."
gosh. Great receive.
Peters to Pankinen.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the boom hits a bomb on the left corner, Sophie.
That was a nice shot. Well placed. Tough to get to that.
Packed student sections for both squads.
Sophie's got the phone cam out.
Yeah,
Let's
the
go.
other line judge is Maria Miller.
Oh, hello, Maria.
We've got a very reputable line judge on the River Falls
now,
side right
how do
now.
we know Maria Miller?
I play volleyball with her.
Okay.
Yep.
Is she any good?
Oh, yeah.
Are you just saying that because she's going to listen to this potentially, or is she?
No, she's actually good.
Okay.
I won't butter this one up.
What are we doing here?
The Godfather just texted in and I had to get the First National Bank watermark on there.
Oh,
Westy,
yeah.
I appreciate the help. We had a lot of stuff going on in the pregame. No problems, just a lot of interviews, a lot of stuff going on.
Just busy.
There's a big kill in the middle by number 10. She's a sledgehammer, Hannah Kindhammer.
She played goalie for Goose's soccer team.
Yeah, she also, Hannah Kindhammer also plays goalie for the Raider
Oh, right.
soccer team
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Goose played with her though back in the day.
Number 3, Caitlin Drost to serve for Hudson. 9-8 your score.
Goose put a couple goals on her this year, actually.
Oh, that's got to
big
come up.
block at the net by number 4, Addie McCarthy. She's a 6-foot sophomore middle hitter. 10-8 Raider on top. Sophie, after the completion of the first set, we're going to have Sarah Dusick up here. She's been very
wonderful.
instrumental in all the fundraising tonight. She's going to tell us a little bit how that's
Good
going
spot.
Oh.
Way to get under that.
on. Nice
Beautiful.
up by Lockhart.
Oh,
Set
Right
in the
back
middle.
to her.
Charlie, Cat Hot Chicken, put some Mav sauce on that one.
I love when setters have that kind of faith in their hitters. Like, sure, their first attempt may not have gone the way that they thought it would, but gives it right back to her and says, go get it.
That was kind of a quick set to the kitten.
Very much so, yeah.
I think Goose said they were working on that this week. Couple new plays.
Panking to serve.
Uh-oh.
Nice handle.
Yeah, nice set by Burns.
Uh-oh.
Peters jousting at the net. Does the
Wasn't
pilot get
pretty,
a kill
but
on
but
that?
it was effective.
I think Dusick's thanking her lucky stars right now.
There was a little turbulence up there in the air, and the pilots
Yep.
got right through it.
Kind of just helped it over the net. Oh, got
We're
it.
in. Nice.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy.
Peters slams one down, and the pilot gets the point.
Again, not how you draw it up, but it worked. Crowd wants to know what that was. Jug, jug, jug. Okay.
They're going over the jug. Wildcats
Well,
up 11 to 10.
Not consistent.
We don't care.
Well, our defense kind of played like they didn't last Friday.
Jeez. All right. Oh!
Oh, boy.
Speaking of defense.
Addie Leach drills one on the back line. Addie Leach, she's got some springs in her legs too, Rob.
Yeah, she's having a good night.
Uh-oh, Lockhart's back to serve. Pay attention, ladies. So coming in hot.
Great to see.
Peters cross court to Range, and Range gets the kill. That's tooled it off the block off number 10, Hannah Kindhammer.
When that action's that tight to the net, I can't tell if it falls on our side or theirs.
Oh, right.
It's
no,
tough
I'm
to
with
see.
you there. No, and that was a much-needed side out for River Falls. Lockhart was killing us with her serves last go-around.
Derry to serve. Nice set there by a little high.
A little mistiming there, but
Miscommunication between Jankowski and Burns.
but that doesn't happen very often.
No, I'm guessing that might be the first time it's happened this season. Both very skilled players.
I think they've played together for quite some time, no?
Derry to serve.
Oh,
Right
Oh.
on, just off of the line. The line judge calls that out of bounds. Point Raider.
Doesn't get much closer than that. Those are ones where Kaylee, sure, it's a service error, but when it's that aggressive and that close of a margin of error, she's not as upset about it as if it
No.
goes in the net.
she likes aggressive serving.
Yep.
Prasnicki to serve for the Raiders.
Oh,
Into
boy.
the net. Peters
Ooh.
keeps it up. Can't keep it up quite enough. Point Raider.
So the trick with those balls that go into the net, if it hits the lowest part of the net first, it's going to roll out. But if it hits that top part, it's going to bounce out. So based on where it hits the net is where you want to
Doesn't seem like a real tight net either.
No, it doesn't. Certainly doesn't.
A back dump by Peters, played nicely by Leach.
Great.
Burns hits it over on the attack. Outside to Range. Nice up by Leach. Burns the set back to Leach. And Leach tools it off the block. I think that was off of Gilbertson. And the Raiders take a 1-point lead. Well, you can't see it on your screen. Well, you can right now.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Nice diving up by Range. Free ball there's not going to quite get over.
It'd been
Hudson
nice
up
if
by
that dribbled
2.
right over.
Wildcat student section on your left on the screen. Hudson student section right there in the center. Loud and proud tonight.
Looks like we got some middle schoolers squashed in between.
Prasnicki, nice serve. Peters gets a tight pass, but slam dunks it with a two-handed stuff, Sophie.
I think Hudson forgot that Peters was still front row. They were signaling to the ref like, oh, that's back row. But nope,
No,
took
she was
advantage
in
of
the
being in
front
the
row.
front, and now it's her turn to serve.
For those volleyball novice fans out there, if Peters is setting position, if she's in the back row, those 3 back row, then she can't leave her feet. If she's on the front row, she can play offensive.
Yep, perfect.
Kind of an odd rule.
Well, I mean, if not, you've got 6 offensive hitters
Oh,
on
I
the court at all
suppose.
times.
Leach to serve, Peters to set, and
Oh.
they're going to get
Yeah.
Dusek, I think, with a carry. Or a lift, technically.
Huh.
17-14, Raider on top.
I didn't think that was too egregious, but all right.
Especially given some of the ones we've seen tonight already.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Leach again. Got in the kitchen of Pankinen. Free ball there by Gilbertson. Prasnicki. Over to number 11, Libby Bartz. She's a freshman.
Huh. Oh.
And that set was to Ellie Burns. And that one had some wind burn on it, Sophie.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
There's
let's dive
a
in.
timeout. Let's dive in, Rob.
Ooh, that's loud.
Let's make sure when they set Ellie, especially on that right side, we shade a little more that way. She's got a variety of shots, right? If it's Hannah, you can stay a little bit more neutral, like right on the edge of the free throw line, because she likes that cross court better, okay? I don't love the matchup of Brooke and Jana out of serve receive. I love it in transition, because Jana will have a harder time getting back in, and that's where her speed is an advantage. Ultimately, we got to pass the first ball to the RIN system, and we have options, right? A lot of pressure on a ball control crew in an environment like this, okay? I know how hard it is. And it's one of those things where as soon as you make a mistake, everybody sees it because it's the first contact. I want you to think about locking your platforms out and redirecting instead of pushing into the ball. Balls are coming in at you. Feet, platform, redirect. All right? Let's go.
Cats.
Oh,
good timing, Rob.
been working on it. Been watching some film.
You're in mid-season form, brother.
It's almost the end of the season, though. That's the problem.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's October.
Couple more games will be in the
Where did that
playoffs.
go
We're
fast?
coming down the home stretch.
I think 3 games after this, then it's playoff time.
18-14 Raiders are on top. And Addie Leach to serve for Hudson. Pankinen to Peters. Gilbertson with a push. Prasnicki in the middle to Jankowski. Good block at the net. Wildcats keeping balls alive.
Yep.
Back set over to Burns.
There
nice
we go. Good
defense
read.
by Pankinen.
Oh.
There's a push right in the middle of the campfire.
Here's our chance.
Back set to range.
Oh, wow.
Nice
Great
up.
defense.
Nice up by Libby Bartz. Back set again to range. Nice block at the net by Jankowski.
Oh.
There's the biscuit rising up. Nice defense by Lockhart.
Oh, boy.
Peters is in the back row now.
What a rally.
Set by Prasnicki. And Jankowski
Wow.
kinda tips it a little mistimed. Wildcats are going to get a big point. And that could be the set one play of the game right there if the Wildcats come back and win set one.
I almost broke a sweat just watching that.
That's the longest high school rally I've seen all year, undoubtedly. That was crazy.
Range to serve.
Oh, boy.
Way up in the ceiling. Didn't hit it, though. It's a high one here.
Yeah, not going to be an issue, I don't
There we
think.
go.
Peters
Oh.
sets the middle. And the deuce, Brooke Dusick, is running down the track.
If you get one in the ceiling here, it's your own fault.
Have
That
you
was
ever-
a much better instant
Sophia, have you
ball.
ever, one of the things you have to do this spring is go to a River Falls track meet and watch Brooke Dusick
Oh my
do the
gosh.
long jump. Watch her do the long
She's
jump.
insane.
It is insane.
Huge block by Pankinen and Dusick.
The boom gets a block,
Beautiful.
and the Wildcat are back in it.
Oh,
Hey, did you bring Wiley tonight?
I might have.
Range to serve again. Wildcats down 1. Lockhart to Prasnicki. Little back set to Jankowski. And the big Blockowski gets a big kill.
River Falls been doing a good job at keeping Hudson out of system, though, because when you think of it, it's probably the first, if not maybe the second, big swing we've seen out of Jankowski this first set.
Second, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that's not very many for her, for a player of her caliber.
Jankowski back on the back line now serving.
Oh, boy.
Wildcats are going to have to make some hay. The hay's in the barn.
They're definitely staying in it.
Yeah, just going point for point pretty much the whole first set.
Raider up 19-18, and Abby Gilbertson serving.
Oh,
the
nice
Wildcat.
serve.
Yep,
Beautiful.
great serve by the Biscuit.
Oh,
Big block by Pankinen and Sigelski. Boy, that right there is a sideburn from Ellie Burns. Just a little push right down the sideline. Point Raider.
What's the one out of the middle again?
Windburn.
That'd be the sunburn.
Sunburn.
Oh, sunburn. Okay.
Because everybody's
That's the last one we
everybody's
need from the
everybody's
burn
sitting around
trifecta.
watching it, just getting burned.
I didn't realize we had 3 of them. Oh, boy.
Nice pass by Range. Back set to Dusick. And the deuce is loose again in set number 1.
Gentlemen, I implore you.
Bring it, Sophie.
I've never seen a player of that height with those kind of hops. She doesn't play her height. It's wonderful.
Well, it's called Good Genes, and her mom,
True,
Sarah Dusick's
true.
going to be up here after set number 1. What happened there? I was grabbing a swig of Diet Mountain Dew.
That looked like a sunburn to me.
Okay. Ellie Burns with the kill right in the middle.
Sunburn.
Because everyone gets burned.
I got you.
21-19. Raider on top.
Because the sun is hot.
And number 3, Caitlin Drost to serve for Hudson.
Good serve.
Derry
Nice
Dusick
save.
keeps it up. Free ball there for the Wildcat. Burns out to Leach.
Oh,
What
Goose.
a play by Goose Derry.
Oh, my. Wow.
There's a free ball by Lockhart. Here's another big time. And
Wow.
Shirley Cat Hot Chicken gets a little kitten kill. And the Wildcats are back within 1.
Speaking of the sun, it just released another big CME. You might be able to catch either tonight or tomorrow night, the Northern Lights. Keep an eye peeled.
Oh, awesome. I'll be in the Boundary Waters next week. Hopefully it'll hang out.
Next Saturday.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah, it's forecast another one. It's been active. Well, it's in a solar maximum. So.
Leach, big swing. Set by Peters over to range.
Great up.
Yep, nice up by Burns. Derry to Peters, out to range, and range deposits that one on the hardwood, and the Wildcat tie it up at 21 apiece.
Yeah, tell Dad you want to find a site that faces north. I would.
Yeah, will do. That's the True North losers.
Yeah, amen. I forgot about that.
Pankinen to serve.
Great dig.
What a play by Derry again. She's diving all over the place.
Always does. Oh, tricky.
They were ready for that sunburn. Burns out to Leach, a little free ball cross court.
Ooh, tight.
Kind of a roll shot. There's a big block at the net by number 4, Addie McCarthy, and number 11, I believe, 10, Hannah Kindhammer.
Bit of a trap set there. There weren't many options that Maddie had. I think she was hoping to get a good deflection, but only so much you can do. Oh, good. It's Lockhart serving.
Lockhart, Chloe Lockhart serving bullets for the Raiders.
That's no bueno.
And Coach Kaylee takes the timeout. Let's dive in, okay?
Grab a drink if you need it. Ultimately, they're going to keep coming after you in service seed because you're our least experienced service seed passer, right? So that ball's coming in hot, your platform's here, and you're swinging it out. You've just got to get around it to redirect, okay? We have to know that. Do you notice how when their freshman Libby's back there passing, they pinch her lane? We have to be doing that with Brooke right now because they're coming at her, okay? So who are my service seed passers? 1, 2, 3 right now? You're passing short? Okay, let's go to more of like a modified 4-person where we just give Brooke 15% of the court and we kind of shift around a little bit, okay? One side out. Let's go, you guys. Let's go.
Cats. Oh. You can tell how loud it is in here. The babies have headphones on them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're so cute. That one's fresh.
23.
That's a little one.
Right out of the oven.
Looks sleepy.
Lockhart to serve. 23-21. Raiders on top. Peters outside to range. Range tools it off the block for a point. 23-22.
Now, speaking of the True North losers, I know you're going to make a video when you get back. Yep. I want to shout out when you have the s'mores with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Yeah.
I want to shout out in the video, please.
Will do.
The Northern Lights are gorgeous, and
trouble.
so are Goose Dairy serves. Addie Leach reaching from the outside. 24-22.
That one had some juice.
Addie Leach is having herself a night for Hudson right now. Absolutely solid.
She has done a lot of damage.
Yep.
She's out the preaching, teaching, Addie Leaching. 24-22. Set point here for Prasnicki.
Good up.
Peters, back set to Gilbertson. Leach again. Big block at the net. Oh, my goodness. It did hit the ground. It hit the hardwood. Coach Brittany Young-Sanchez did not like it.
I don't know if that call was necessarily what happened.
What'd they call?
4 contacts.
Oh, okay.
But, again, we're also half a mile from the court,
Yeah,
so I easily could have seen that wrong.
I can't tell.
Peters to serve. Burns, little J-hook to Jankowski, and they called it right on the back line. And the Raider takes set number 1, 25-23. And we're gonna put up a little quick. We're gonna bring in Sarah Dusick, and Sarah Dusick is the mother of Brooke Dusick. But we're gonna ask her. She's worked there. Just a second. Let me get this. There we go, right there. So on your screen right now is the Venmo. We're raising money for the Rhinos Foundation. Tonight's called the Pass Set and Attack Cancer. River City Stitch made all the T-shirts. And with us now is Sarah Dusick. Sarah, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for
The
having me.
parents from both Hudson and River Falls did a ton of work rounding up all the gifts to go with the gift baskets and stuff. All the money that's raised will go to the Rhinos Foundation. How close is Rhinos to your heart, Sarah?
The Rhinos Foundation, in both of my cancer battles, donated money to our family. And just it has such an impact on you when that happens. You don't expect it, but it shows up. And I don't think people realize that, even if you are financially secure, how much that little bit helps. It helps with traveling to go to radiation treatments. It helps with meeting insurance deductibles. It eases a little bit of the burden of the finance that goes behind a cancer diagnosis or whatever. And and it's not just when you're in treatment, but it's the post-preventative care after too that just that money can go towards that. It just helps alleviate. I think for the last 7 years we've met our insurance deductible, and any little bit helps on that because it's a $6,000 deductible every year. That's $36,000.
Yeah, and tonight every one of the players on both teams they're playing for somebody, and I know Brooke she wrote down on her sign that she's playing for you. What does that mean to you?
It's really bittersweet. I would give money for her to not have to write my name down, but she does, and we have battled twice and we've won. And just the life lessons that she's learned from having to do that at such a young age. Fifth grade was my first diagnosis. She's learned compassion for others. She's learned that when the going gets down, you strap on your boots, you fight, and you just have no choice, right? So you just battle, and that's a lesson that it's bittersweet that she's had to do it twice, but she's embraced it, and I love that about her.
In the Pierce County Journal story that this week, I thought you had an outstanding comment about sports bringing us together, but it's not the glue. Expand on that.
I think, your article, you talked about how every single one of these girls on the court, they walk off and they're a friend with somebody in the other jersey, right? And the sport brought us together, but it's not the glue. It's the friendships that you make in the sport, the love that you gain from knowing the families and traveling with them to tournaments and stuff. And so, it's what brings us together, but it's not the glue. The glue is the relationships and the friendships and the camaraderie that you build with that other team so that you can just invest in each other in other ways.
Well, Sarah, thank you very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, on your screen right there, that's a Venmo for those watching at home if you can't be here at the game. Sarah, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Go back and enjoy the game. That's mine, but you can have some if you want. Once again, thanks to River City Stitch, and also thanks to all the parents from both teams helping out tonight. So we're going to get ready for set number 2. Let me get I got to clear the scoreboards out, Rob.
Oh.
Watch the game for me, Sophie.
Lockhart had another nice serve. Goose got it up.
Yeah, and she had a good save there at the end, but it didn't look like anyone else expected her to get under that, so it ended up dropping.
Yeah.
All right, looks like Gilbertson back to serve here for River Falls. Great serve. Burns sets it back to Kendhammer. She puts it away.
The sledgehammer, Hannah Kendhammer, tooled that one off the block. Point Raider.
I like that one.
The sledgehammer?
Yeah, that works well.
Sophie, there was a TV show back in the day. I think it was like Mike Hammer. He was a private eye. Did you ever see that show?
She's a lot younger than we are.
I know she is.
Oh, that was in.
Wow.
How did that drop down?
Grease Lightning dropped that one right out of the sky. Paige Prasnicki.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go
was
way
right.
deep.
Normally when the ball's that far above your shoulders, it's going to go out.
Right.
But,
wow.
Man.
How'd that happen?
She had a little Zuzu sauce on that one.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
2-1 your score. It's like a knuckleball.
I thought maybe they served that at TNT too. Look out. Oh.
There's a big block at the net by the big Blockowski. Jana Jankowski, 3-1 Raider. Well, the Raiders came to play tonight, Sophie.
You knew they would.
I knew they would.
And I'm glad they did. This game has been so fun to watch.
Prasnicki to serve once again. Set by Peters over to Pankinen. Wildcats got to get the boom going.
Picked up.
Nice up by Dusick and a free ball by Pankinen. Leach on the big swing, tooled it off the block off of Sagelski and Dusick. 4-1 Raider.
Cats are having glimmers of what we saw in set 1, but they're still hesitating a bit too much to keep pace with Hudson right now.
Yeah, I got to get after that.
Prasnicki's still back on the service line.
Good up.
Range to Peters, outside to Pankinen.
Out.
Oh, nobody touched. No, nobody touched that, did they?
The down ref is calling a touch.
I greatly disagree, but I'm sure he has a better view.
I don't think yeah. He's certainly got a better view than we do. Oh, man, I don't know.
And from my vantage point, too, I think that was the right call.
Okay, yeah.
At the net?
Well, when they blocked it, and on the way back down, I think it hit one of our players, I think.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Before it went out of bounds. I think it did. Sarah didn't agree, and she's a lot closer than I am. But
yep, looks like Sarah's going to have the down ref discuss this with our up official.
I really don't know how it gets overturned because the up ref asked the line judge, and the line judge already made his call, right?
We're bringing them all in.
I've seen stranger things
Hang
happen.
on, guys. I'm going to run down there.
Oh, God, I'd pay good
Let me
money
ask
to
you this
see that.
question, Sophie. This is a technical question. If one of the Wildcats are standing out of bounds when the ball hits them, is it out of bounds or in?
Well, if they're standing out of bounds when the ball is served, that's automatically a Hudson point.
No, but I'm saying on that swing. On that swing, it got blocked.
A touch is a touch, whether you're in the court or out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened, actually. That's what I think. But.
Well,
doesn't matter. We're not
point
the
Hudson.
referees. 5-1, Raider on top. Peters outside to Pankinen. Again, a little roll shot in the middle.
Nice
diving play by Chloe Lockhart, and a one-handed kill by setter Ellie Burns.
You could see that coming.
Yep.
And I think that they have Ellie Burns playing on the right side right now, right?
Yep.
Prasnicki's in the game. She's setting.
Oh, they run a 6-2?
Yeah, well, you'll see Burns kind of.
Sort of a modified 6-2.
That was a great
Wow,
great
what an up
set
by Lockhart.
Leach. That's going to be off the fingertips of the Goose. Point Raider. And Coach Kaylee calls a timeout.
Body language says everything. Your facial expression, I call a timeout, and you walk over like this set's done. Do you want to compete? Then get out there and fight. That's not what I'm seeing right now. You look like a ripped dog. Your tail's between your legs. Play volleyball. You've got to have a little bit of fire in your belly. Right now, I feel it. I don't see it from you. And I can't go play. So if you want to compete with this team, get your ass out there and play. That's all.
Okay. Pretty much sums it up.
Jenna was saying
sums
earlier
it up in a heartbeat.
That they saw elements of 2019 Sarah at practice the other day, and that one just about harkened back to 2015
explain
Sarah.
Explain 2019, Coach Kaylee.
Coach Kaylee has found,
because you were on the coaching staff that year, correct?
Yes, she has found much more patience and grace
Serenity,
in her latter years
peace.
of coaching. But initially, we didn't always make her job easy, we'll say.
Prasnicki's been on a 7-point run from behind the service line. Wildcats trying to stop that one, and the deuce, Brooke Dusick, does just that.
Coach Kaylee loves that. She's hyping Dusick up and everyone. That's
Big
a great
time
play.
back corner kill by Brooke Dusick, and she goes back to the service line to try to get the Wildcats right back in it.
That's how you want to come out of a timeout, especially when you get chewed out like that.
Burns over to Leach. Big swing.
Oh.
Tools
Just
that
out.
one off the block. Addie Leach with the kill. Raider up 8-2. Well, Rob, we got, after the second set, we got mother of Hannah Kindhammer, the sledgehammer. We got Sharon Kindhammer coming up. She's going to say a few words. We got a busy, busy night tonight.
Always do.
Addie Leach with an ace for Hudson. 9-2 your score. Set number 2 has been all Hudson so far.
It's reminiscent of the first set in the playoffs last year. Didn't they rough us up, or was it the second set?
I think it was
It was bad either way.
Yeah.
Oh!
That one just deep. Out deep by a few feet. The Raider coming to play tonight here in their faded white and pink shirts.
I think they always wear those.
Goose to Peters. That's a
touch.
off the hand point Wildcat.
Right off the top row.
That killed courtesy of Charlie Cat Hot Chicken. Sagelski.
How about that Ultimate Warrior promo I sent you today?
I got fired up
yeah.
watching that.
How do you not? That guy was a maniac.
Guy's a freak of nature. Presnicki in the middle.
Okay.
There
Peters
we go.
gets it up. Goose Derry with a free ball. There's a
Good
big
up
swing
by
by
Derry.
number 9, Aspen Mulally. She's a freshman. That roll shot, not quite enough. Point Wildcat.
Coach Kaylee's just laughing at this point. I love it, though, because they're going for balls. So even if it's not pretty, you're at least changing your mentality.
Well, the Wildcats did a heck of a job on defense there. I think it was Peters playing it off the net. Goose Derry had a good up. Wildcats clawing and scratching their way back in this one here in set number 2. Presnicki, a little back set to Burns.
Good up.
She went for the sunburn, didn't get it.
Oh.
Just
And
out.
Range tries the cross-court kill to no avail. 11-4 Raider.
Couldn't see that one. I had a
Rob,
head in the way over here.
Rob, are we getting any shout-outs in the chat section?
Oh, I got to give a shout out to Radcat down in Lacrosse, room 207, I believe. The Hive. Oh,
Range gets the kill off the block.
on the
Point
YouTube.
Wildcat.
Well, let me see, Greg. What's going on? Jeez, no. Oh, River Falls Tennis is on. Hello, ladies. They're watching on the bus.
I heard they're having a
Wildcat
good year.
Tennis, they were watching. We need some. That's going to be some good luck. That's a big-time swing by number 9, freshman Aspen Mulally.
Seems like they're always on the bus about this time. Am I right?
Yeah,
I was
tennis has to play early. They got to play in the daytime.
dropping Abe off at school, and there's
Strong point.
no more tennis court at River Falls. I don't know if they're
They're
getting a new
renovating
one
it.
or renovating it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Peters a back set to the biscuit, and Abby Gilbertson is rising up.
How in the heck do they play tennis then?
They're at the UWRF courts right now.
Okay.
Ava Peters back to serve for River Falls. 12-6. That is your score.
Oh, boy.
Peters
Oh.
tried to get a wiggle. Couldn't quite do it.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, no, it was funny. Rico Alboris had his senior photos at UWRF yesterday, and that's when he mentioned, he's like, oh, yeah, tennis is practicing there. So had it not been for that, we never would have known.
That's a great guy right there, Rico Alboris.
It's
Oh
a
my
solid
gosh,
point
such
of
a stand-up
interest,
kid.
for sure.
Great serve.
That is an outstanding serve, courtesy of number 3, Caitlin Drost.
I figured it was Lockhart.
No kidding.
Drost, a junior defensive specialist.
You
She
could
also
not-
seems to be specializing in serving tonight, too.
Yeah, seriously.
That went into the net.
Way to jinx her, bud. Good work.
Yeah.
I'd be crying tears of joy if any of the Hudson girls missed their serves if I was in serve receive. You could not pay me to be back there. They are serving out of their minds right now.
Tears of joy.
Range to serve for the Wildcat. Set by Burns, out to Leach. Range to Peters in the middle to Dusick. Big block by, that was by number 8, Katie Kilty.
Dished
She's
up
a
a meatball.
5'10 junior. And the Raider are clicking on all cylinders here in set number 2 after a big-time, intense set number 1.
Oh,
2 service errors for the Raiders back-to-back.
don't see that very
Keeping
often.
the Wildcats in it here. Barely, but they're in it.
Well, Hudson jumped out. Now it's kind of gone point for point since then, but
Right,
they jumped
had it
down
not
to
been-
7-1 or whatever it was.
Yeah, if not for that initial run, I think it'd be a much
Yeah.
closer game.
Leach again.
Great
nice,
dig.
yeah, nice diving dig by Gilbertson. Abby Gilbertson came to play tonight.
What a swing.
And a big swing and kill by the Preach, Addie Leach. You got to get that score updated. 16-8, that's your score. And set number 2 all started with Paige Presnicki behind the line.
How old's
I feel like I'm getting the effort that we need from a player here or a player there, but it's not a collective group. You literally look like you're just waiting this set out. Like, yeah, we'll just kind of keep doing this. We'll get beat by 8 or 9 points, and then we'll go into a set 3. And then we're going to play? Like, now's your time. You've got to start building momentum, regardless of what happens in set 2, for what set you want set 3 to look like, right? Great example. She laid out for a ball totally into the middle of the court. Ball comes up, we win a rally, right? I need that effort from everybody. Not frantic, but a committed effort on defense, okay? A committed effort to cover actively. A committed effort from hitters to transition and go up and take your approach. It can't be Goose sticks the ball one time, okay, Charlie transitions one time. It's got to be all of you together, right? I want to see your best effort as a team right now. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Rob Derry.
Cats.
Rob Derry, as Steve Bobush famously said one day, speed is a number and fast is a feeling. The Wildcats got to get fast tonight.
Oh, yeah. Jocko Suskovich is his nickname. Why, I don't know, but true story.
Prasnicki to serve. Peters outside to Pankinen.
Oh, okay.
What a day.
Get up.
Derry to Peters in the middle.
Oh.
They're going to – you know what? I thought Jankowski went over the net a little bit there, but not the case is
yeah,
upper
no,
F.
she could. It was a third contact going over.
Okay.
She was okay on that one.
Okay.
But I see what you're saying.
Range, a little bit of overpass. Peters a stand up,
Wow,
a stand
well
on
done.
the floor block.
That's hard to do.
No kidding.
Oh.
Pankinen with a big time swing, and the Wildcats get the point. Yeah, like you said, Rob, Raiders started out 7-1.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, it's been pretty much toe-to-toe. But 17-9 is your score.
Yeah, you can't spot him 7, though.
It doesn't make your job easy.
Dusick to serve. Dusick
Wow, great
almost
save
got
by
the
Burns.
ace. Yeah, nice save by Ellie Burns. Peters,
Oh!
left-handed slam dunks one home.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, guys.
What'd
So
they call?
my
What'd they call there?
frustration here is when that's not called consistently. If you're going to call a lift on something like that, that's fine, but you need to call it across the board and from the beginning of the game.
Oh.
I would agree.
She talked
I think
him
that
into
was a good decision.
Talked him into it. I like that.
So 17-10 is your score, I believe.
Yes. Oh, Jug.
Dusick to serve. Leach, big swing and a big block at the net by Ava Peters and Charlie Sigelski.
You know who likes that?
17-11.
Mama Peters is fired up over here. She just smacked me in the shoulder.
Director of photography Jenna Peters is jacked up. She loves big blocks. Dusick to serve once again. Wildcats
Straight
trying
up.
to scratch back in this one, Rob.
Oh.
Derry to Peters, outside to the boom. Amelie Pankinen, and they say that's a tool off the block, but when it lands 18 rows up, what do you call that, Sophie?
He was up in the middle of the middle schoolers.
You can hear Coach Kaylee calling things out all the way from up here. She is fired up right now.
Wildcats back within 5, 17-12. Dusick has been a spark plug for the Wildcats back on the line. That attack out of bounds.
Love to see
Wildcats
it.
back within 4.
Just
Now,
scratching and clawing.
You go to think, if we hadn't given up all those points at the beginning, where would we be right now?
Well, that's the game, though.
But alas,
Oh.
never mind, we wouldn't be that far.
Right into the tape. Point Raider. Yeah, stick around. Don't go to the fridge if you're watching at home just yet. After set 2, we're going to speak with Sharon Kindhammer. That one got in Range's kitchen a little bit.
Oh, rough. No. Okay.
Free ball by Range. Prasnicki in the middle to Jankowski, and the big Blakowski gets that one to go. That might have just been on the line.
Huh.
Yep, we got Maria Miller down there on that line. I got no doubt that ball was in.
Maria wouldn't miss that call.
No way.
The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
She's too good. Okay.
That's
out.
served by Leach, a little long point Wildcat.
Now watch.
Well, Sophie, if the Wildcats are going to make a legit run to try to win set number 2, they have to do it right now. Would you agree?
Pretty soon.
Oh yeah, no. Before the Raiders hit 20 is when you want to really get this game close, and the Raiders have hit 20. Now watch, I'll go down there after the game, and it's not Maria.
The big Blakowski, Jana Jankowski back on the service line for Hudson. Raider up 20-14. Derry to Peters. over to range, and that one's going to be just long. That's the correct call.
Yep, I think she might have been going for high hands there, hoping for a bit of a tool, but just out.
Hudson up 21-14, and Jankowski to serve again.
I was hoping for a touch. Uh-oh.
Peters went right-handed this time.
Had to. Oh.
That attack long point Wildcat.
Wow.
Goose Derry now back to serve.
I got to tell you, I'm still fired up going into set 3.
Why-
Because since that initial
why wouldn't you
kind of
be?
divot, they've been going back and forth.
That initial divot.
Thanks.
Oh. Speaking of divots.
Dusick to Peters. Over to range. That's a big
Huge
block
by Hudson.
by Burns. And number 8, Katie Kilty, point Raider.
Kilty, that's a good volleyball name. I feel like you could use that, Greg.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Katie had some Scottish swag on that. Peters with a back dump attempt.
Oh.
Big swing by number 9, Aspen Mullally. And Mullally gets the kill.
It's another one of those. I thought that didn't go over, but it did.
Sophie, can you name the famous pair that headed to Aspen on a 70-mile-per-gallon hog?
God, I can't remember their names, but it's Dumb and Dumber.
Lloyd and Harry.
Yes,
Thank you.
That's right.
23-15 your score.
God, what a classic. Oh.
There's a big block. Range tried to get that up with her foot. She can't do it.
Trying to put the boots to it.
And the Raiders are boot scooting, boogieing all the way to a set number 2 win. They're up 9. And Burns back to serve.
And they are Brooks and done with this set.
That is outstanding, Sophie.
Nice work.
Nice work. 25-15 that set. Set number 2 was all Hudson Raider. They're up 2-0 in the set department. I do not see Sharon Kinhammer around, but I tell you what, let's take a quick break. We're going to say thanks to our main sponsor, First National Bank of River Falls.
Locally rooted and proudly running for 120 years, the First National Bank of River Falls consistently supports the community through donations and volunteer initiatives. First National Bank of River Falls, serving up big bank services with a small town charm.
We got a push-up contest going.
Oh, yeah.
Wish I could see it. You never can.
There is a lot of kids down there. They're doing, hey, you know what? I guess one good thing about, there she is right there.
What are we doing?
We can just give her the headset, but we can, we'll watch the Chuck-a-Duck.
Oh, Chuck-a-Duck.
Sharon, stand on that X down there. But I guess it really doesn't matter. Jenna, you can just keep on the Chuck-a-Duck, and here you go. There you go. Hey, Sharon, thanks for joining us. Hey, this thing's been all Hudson so far in the first 2 sets, but, you know, in sports there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. Well, I guess, Sophie, except for soccer and sometimes hockey, but the Rhinos Foundation was the real winner tonight, Sharon. What an event Hudson and River Falls, what an event the Mama Bears put on. How do you describe tonight, Sharon?
It is amazing. There are so many people here that support Rhinos and support these girls. I mean, the fans, not only the parents, relatives, but obviously you can see the student section is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun, and we're just so proud of the community to come together to raise the money for Rhinos and watch these 2 teams compete and be best friends. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so Sharon, you've lost a mom and a dad and a grandmother, is that correct, to cancer?
That is correct.
Yeah, and when you watch your daughter Hannah from the stands and you see her hold up a sign to see who she's playing for tonight, what emotions are going through your head?
I just am continuously proud of my daughter Hannah and the fact that she knows and plays the best of her games normally during these times that we play against River Falls, not only because of the competition, but because she's knows what the meaning is and the reason, and it just brings tears to my eyes. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds, like we got a Chuck-a-Duck going on, so fans They got to buy a duck for, was it $2 a piece or $1 or something like that?
Yep, it's 1 for 2 and 3 for 5, and basically all the money will be. It's a 50-50 raffle, so we'll see if there's more than one duck that gets in there, or.
Can you see? I'm way up here and I don't have my glasses on right now, but has anybody made it in yet?
I think somebody did.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Somebody did. So that they'll win half of the pot, and the rest will go to rhinos.
Well, I tell you what. Last quick question while they're picking up all the ducks. Hudson is playing outstanding tonight. I mean, they are clicking on all cylinders. Your daughter, the sledgehammer included. What's your thoughts on the game? So have you been able to watch it, or you've been working all game?
No, I got to come in and watch, and this year these girls have been amazing. We obviously have a bunch of seniors, but we have freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and they since the beginning have really played well together. Their talents they're just mixing very well. We can't be more proud of these girls this year, and we hope to see what happens.
Yeah, well, Sharon, thanks for joining us here on the River Falls Broadcasting YouTube Network. Thanks again also for all your hard work on the Rhinos pass, set, attack, cancer, and we'll talk to you after the game, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sharon Kindhammer. That's her picture right there. She is a mom of senior Hannah Kindhammer, and Hannah and the Raiders are having a great game tonight, and Sharon and all the parents were helping out. Well, Sophie, Wildcats down 2-0 in the set department. Last year, Wildcats had they call it a reverse serve in the volleyball world.
Reverse sweep,
that's right, sorry. Reverse sweep against Chippewa Falls. Is that possible tonight?
Oh, certainly possible. There's the only thing that is beating them right now, I believe, is themselves. They proved in that first set that they can definitely stick it to Hudson and hold in the game with them. It's just these mental lapses and, frankly, just attitude shifts that are really keeping them down.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tall task. Let's see what happens. We've seen it done before.
Well, here we go. We're going to tee it up for.
That was no slouch either, actually.
We got a couple of seconds left, and we have. Let's get one more. We'll say thanks to our sponsor, First National Bank of River Falls. Thanks again to First National Bank of River Falls for all your support for River Falls Broadcasting YouTube Network equipment. Can't say thanks enough.
Let's go.
When I was dropping Ava off at the school today, I saw Jeff Johnson.
Okay.
Lori Johnson, Ian Sticht, and a couple of other people hopping into a school van. I wonder what they were doing.
Huh. Good question. I kind of wish I knew.
We'll have to do some background work on that.
I'll talk to Jeff tomorrow night and get to the bottom of this. Tune in next Thursday to find out what happened, what they were up to.
Yes.
What kind of mischief. Just like those little trash pandas.
We have
I
a
love
couple
raccoons.
of. Do you?
I will not let.
I don't know if they're little
cute
Wildcats or
raccoons be
little
slandered.
Raiders, but they're running up and down the stairs here, getting a lot of steps in.
They're vicious little creatures.
No, that's the honey badger.
Oh.
Here we go, set number 3. Back set from Burns and the Wildcats. Oh, that landed on the Wildcat side.
Yeah, I can never see what happens there. Yeah, it did though, yes.
I'll use my youthful, sprightly eyes to help you fellas out.
Well, it just falls right on one side or the other.
Lockhart to serve.
Oh, right off her head.
Off Range's head.
Boy.
Perfect.
Derry with a set and a kill by Pankinen. And that play could be what wakes the Wildcats up, Sophie.
Honestly, I think Maddie Range needed that. Just some levity, something to laugh about and get going here.
Been watching volleyball for 9 years, never seen that.
That was fantastic.
Off the head, Derry with an incredible set, and Pankinen deposits it for a kill.
That better be a highlight.
That's not going to quite get over point Raider.
Let's make sure that's a highlight, Greg.
That's going to be a River Ridge Builders Rewind highlight tomorrow. Check it out.
Maddie Range using her head.
It's a heady play by Marvelous.
Ooh, well done.
Head of the class by the senior Marvelous Maddie Range. That could have been a lift.
Well,
but they didn't call it.
Yeah, I mean, in his
and
defense,
Jankowski
he reversed his call earlier, so I agree that it is a lift, but if we're talking consistency here, boy, oh boy.
Sorry if the camera's bouncing, folks. We have some kids that are running up and down the stairs.
They don't have a track to run on here. Oh.
Brooke Dusick with a big swing, but the big Blackowski, Jana Jankowski at the net for the Raider.
Is that who that was? I thought it was the outside.
Oh, who was it? So
it probably was. I don't see.
I thought it was Jana.
You're
I was
probably
watching
right.
the Sherpas in training to our left.
There's a lot going on.
Burns outside the Leach.
Good block.
That's a big block, but also a nice up by Leach. And there's a big-time swing. That right there is a windburn from Ellie Burns. Point Hudson.
Not to be confused with a sunburn.
Or the sideburn.
Some boys in their jammies over there. I didn't notice those fellas earlier.
Grease Lightning, Paige Presnicki back to serve for Hudson. That's way out of bounds.
She's the one that dropped one in there, though, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Last set.
Oh, yeah.
God, that was a weird serve.
I don't know how that fell out of the sky like it did.
That was so cool.
It's like a Tim Wakefield knuckleball.
That was crazy.
All right.
Phil
reference
Negro.
I get.
Could be Phil Negro.
And I'm gone again.
Burns, a little J-hook to Jankowski. Jankowski right on the line. Point Raider. 5-3. Coach Cayley thought it was out.
I didn't see it. I don't know.
The Santa Maria over there on the line judge, though, looks pretty confident on her call.
Sophie says she would not miss that call.
In as well.
Whistle blown, play stops dead.
Oh, Hudson is currently substituting, and Addie Leach said, too bad, I would like to serve the ball.
Aspen Mullally now in for Hudson. The pilot, Ava Peters, going over to have a discussion with the up ref. What is the name of the up ref? I've seen him call numerous games, and he's a good guy. I just don't remember his name.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know his name.
I don't recall seeing these guys.
One of the fan favorites around here. He's usually a pretty level-headed guy. But
he's called a ton. I've seen him ref a ton of games.
All right. He must do a good job if I don't recognize him.
That's a good point. Addie Leach gets an ace off the left forearm of Maddie Range, 6'3" Hudson.
I like Addie Leach's shoes.
She's serving?
Yep.
She bought some special pink shoes for tonight, or maybe she's playing all year with them.
Oh,
that one off the ceiling.
I said it wouldn't be a factor. I stand corrected.
All right, one more, and it's a turkey, gentlemen.
7-3 your score. Leach preaching from the back row with the serves. Another dandy. Peters to Pankinen.
Dang.
And the boom hits a bomb. Point Wildcat.
Pankinen is fired up. She does not want to go home yet.
Oh, we got to get at least 4 out of this, don't we?
And Pankinen back on the back row to serve. 7-4. Hudson in the lead. Raiders up 2 sets to zip. Set 1 was a knockdown, drag-out fight. Set 2 was all Hudson.
Oh.
Peters middle set to Sigelski.
Still
Unbelievable up by Addie Leach.
Another
Once
nice
again, Presnicki, great defense.
Outstanding
Peters
defense
outside
from Hudson.
range. She's going to push it on the back.
Okay.
And there's a smart heads-up play by the freshman Aspen Mullally. Point Raider. 8-4 your score.
Oh, no.
Chloe Lockhart wearing the number 20 jersey tonight. Nope, she switches it over to Jankowski.
Thank God.
Jankowski back to serve.
I don't know if that's any better, but Lockhart's a weapon. Lockhart's a weapon back there behind the serve line.
No kidding.
Peters outside to range.
Great swing.
Big kill off the block.
Rob has no idea what just happened.
I can never tell.
I did see that one. I saw that one.
If not for the reactions of the girls, Rob would call it a draw.
Yep.
8-5 your score. Goose Dairy back to serve for the Wildcat.
Straight up.
Prasnicki out to Mullally. Peters cross court to Range. Big swing. Just out of bounds. Point Hudson.
Oh, up ref saw a touch.
Oh, they're going to call a touch. That's a big point for the Wildcat.
Yep, Hudson's not arguing. Looks like that was the right call.
I did not see it, but
Range hit it off the top fingertips,
You're not
I
seeing
believe.
a lot of things, my
I was
dude.
watching the ball sail out of bounds. I did see that.
Olivia Derry to serve. Prasnicki, a little back set to Burns. Big block at the net. It'll be out of bounds.
Yep, Range knows she's just got to turn her arms in a little bit more toward the court, redirect that ball back in.
9-6 your score. Ellie Burns back on the inline to serve for Hudson.
Great up.
Dusick to Peters to Range.
Oh.
Nice up by Burns. Little free ball there by number 10, Hannah Kindhammer. Lockhart.
Oh.
There
over
we
to
go.
Kindhammer. The sledgehammer not working. There's a big block at the net. And our director of photography, Jenna Peters, is fired up to my right.
She loves it.
Just what Range needed to do. Turned her arms back in, got it to fall.
Ava Peters back to serve for River Falls. Burns cross court over to number 9, Aspen Mullally, point Raider.
Mullally. She might be on all names. I like that last name.
Sounds like a type of berry.
She's a 6-foot freshman outside hitter. Mullally headed to Aspen.
Freshman?
She's a freshman.
Uh-oh.
Drost with the serve. Big swing by Marvin Matty Range. Tools it off the block. Wildcats get the point.
Scratching, clawing.
Sort of like a honey badger.
Not to be confused with the trash panda.
No, never. Honey badger don't care.
No.
Not at all. Sophie,
Straight
I'll
up.
give you $100 if you can tell me who the honey badger was on LSU back in the day football.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I got
And
it.
he plays in the
I got it.
NFL.
Yeah, there's no way
Derry.
I'm going to get $100. Great dig!
Oh, boy.
Dusick jousting at the net.
These are getting
Ken Hammer tries to knock one over.
Getting a little feisty.
Peters a little back row bump set to Range.
Oh.
That one hits the tape. Point Raider.
Great dig by Leach partway through that rally there. Big cut shot coming toward her, handled it with ease.
So Sophie, number 15, Olivia LeBlanc, that just came out of the game and on the bench. She's a sophomore. She blew her knee out last year, and but she's back. But she's being recruited by the Gophers and a lot of Big Ten schools to play basketball. She's
very cool.
Heck of an athlete.
Oh, yeah, that girl.
The boom. Amelie Pankinen tools one off the block. Point Wildcat.
She a guard? She didn't. Is she not
Yeah,
very, oh, yeah,
like a 6-foot guard.
Oh yeah.
Shoots the lights out.
Really?
Olivia LeBlanc. Her father's name is
Great serve.
Jeremy. We call him Pooh.
Like Pooh Bear?
Pooh Bear.
Ooh.
Abby Gilbertson wishes she could have that one back. 12-9 your score. Hudson on top. Prasnicki back to serve for the Raider.
Careened off that part of her thumb right there.
Sophie, what do the Wildcats have to do to claw and scratch their way back into this one and keep this match alive?
They got to get a run here. It's too much of getting the point back finally and then not capitalizing on it and getting any other points. If you let Hudson side out this much, they're going to win and readily.
Big time up there by Lockhart. There's a big swing by Pankinen. There's a big swing by Dusick. Nice defense by Prasnicki. Leach. Goose Dairy with some nice defense. Roll shot by Pankinen. Set by Burns on the Raider side. Big block at the net by Dusick and Sigelski.
They're playing defense like.
Peters back to Sigelski. And that's why they call her the Big Blockowski. Jankowski with another block at the net, Sophie.
Read that perfectly. She saw that Charlie was going to go swinging over to her left shoulder, leaned over, put it right back in.
13-9 your score. Grease Lightning Paige Prasnicki back to serve for Hudson. Amelie Pankinen booms that one off the block. Point Wildcat.
That one sailed halfway across the court and out of bounds, didn't it?
Amelie Pankinen got her money's worth on that swing, Sophie. Burns a little J-hook to Jankowski. Pankinen goes up for the block, knocks it out of bounds. Point Hudson. 14-10 your score.
She didn't really hit that one hard.
It's time to teach for Addie Leach on the back row. Peters, a little tight set, but Pankinen does well with it.
Range recovers.
Back to the boom again. Tries for the campfire kill. Doesn't get it.
Oh, trouble.
Derry there.
Derry to Peters. To the boom. Amelie Pankinen. And that one is going to land up on the hardwood. Point River Falls.
Pankinen is playing like she's angry right now, and it is fun to watch. I'm hoping she's able to translate that to defense here. We could use a bit of a spark in that backcourt.
Pankinen back to serve. Wildcats down 3. Prasnicki.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh.
Hey!
And that's a back row bump kill.
Overkill.
Overkill by Amelie Pankinen. Gets the point for the Wildcat. Rob, Coach Kaylee she's got a little pink sweater top on tonight.
Yeah.
Festive colors.
Oh.
That's a big time swing. They're going to call it out. Point Wildcat.
Looked into me, but I'm
happy.
happy.
We're at a weird angle here where about a foot tolerance of that line is going to look into us. That, and again, we're half a mile away from the court.
Ladies and gentlemen, physics professor Sophie the Hottie Yachty.
She's smart.
Oh.
They call that, ladies and gentlemen, a sideburn from Ellie Burns.
That was a sideburn right
down the line. A little push kill right on the sideline. 15-13 your score, and Jana Jankowski back to serve for Hudson.
2 sideburns, 3 windburns, 3 sunburns, or 2 sunburns so far.
Added up.
Pankinen, Peters, and
Smart.
Charlie, Cat Hot Chicken with a little kitten kill right in the middle.
Love it. Very, very smart play.
Caught him roasting marshmallows.
Probably had some Reese's peanut butter cups on the side.
Dang it, I couldn't remember what it was. I was trying.
Now you know.
Well done.
I definitely need a shout out in that video.
Goose Dairy. Prasnicki.
Great swing.
Number 9 is hitting the line. Aspen Mulally with a big-time kill for the Raider.
The only issue might be getting those Reese's peanut butter cups in there. Squish them, melt them. You got to try, though.
I love it. I'm excited.
16-14 your score. Ellie Burns back to serve for Hudson. A little bump set there by Peters.
Oh. What a swing by Range!
Marvelous. Maddie Range showing out right now here in set number 3.
Her arm was a freaking whip right there.
And the Raider got whiplash on that one, Sophie.
Oh, God, you're just nailing it, Craig.
He's so good.
Burns over to Mulally, tools that one off the block. Number 9 is fine here in set number 3,
All
Sophie.
right, well done.
Almost took the down ref out.
Took part of his hair off.
I don't think that's what did it.
We got number 3, Caitlin Drost, back to serve for the Raider. They're up 2 here in set number 3, and they're up 2 sets to zip.
Oh, my.
And Range twirls her body. What body control she has there?
I was expecting her to land in the net, and somehow
she didn't.
She's the real physics professor.
Well, this elementary school girl here is getting a little selfie with you in the background, Sophie.
Why not?
I'm honored.
She's a big deal.
Burns to Leach. Great defense by Derry. Roll shot by Pankinen. Little back set by Burns.
Oh, no touch. Oh,
and the sledgehammer, Hannah Kenthammer.
Oh, it landed in?
Yep.
Gets the kill right on the line, and the line judge, Santa Maria, makes the call. Point Raider. Cal Lockhart hits absolute bullets back on the service line.
How did she do that like
You're
that?
not kidding, Rob. That girl is a weapon back there.
Yeah, I'd prefer she wasn't back there, to be honest.
God, I'd be begging Sarah to sub me out the minute she goes back to serve.
Look at that thing.
That's
out. Thank God.
Just out of bounds. The broadcast booth relieves a collective sigh of relief up here.
Yeah, Chloe Lockhart, if you ever listen to this broadcast, you've got one of the best serves I've ever seen.
She's spitting fire back there.
Locking it down from the back row.
Barely out of bounds off the Wildcat block.
The block just out of bounds. Point Hudson. Set number 3 getting down and dirty, Rob. 20-17.
Oh, we are getting down to it. I wasn't paying attention.
I think
first
Coach Kaylee feels the same way, and she calls a timeout. Let's dive in, Rob.
Front row right now.
Let's talk it over.
Right. So you're hitting back, you're hitting out. What are you hitting? I'd love to see you come back behind and really overload this side of the net to try to throw it out to one and get that middle to bite. You have to make some noise, okay? So when you're transitioning and you're taking your approach, they need to see you, they need to hear you, okay? As a blocker, when I see somebody coming at me and they look like they want the ball, I'm more likely to dig in on them, okay? It's going to start with a pass, though. The only way they bite on Charlie is if that ball's up and on the net, okay? Take a deep breath. Side it out. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching at home and you feel it in your heart, put your phone up by that little Venmo QR code. They call it a QR code, Sophie.
They do.
And you can donate a few bucks to the Rhinos Foundation for tonight's Pass, Set, Attack Cancer. And hopefully, we're not quite done yet. Hopefully there's some more volleyball to play, but right now, the Raiders are in control. They're up 20-17 in set number 3, and they're up 2 sets to zip. Pankinen with a huge swing.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness.
Peters with a dig. Derry with a set. Brooke Dusick with a huge, nice rally.
Wow!
That was wild. Hard to even describe that.
I know. I guess it
Do
was
your best.
volleyball.
Do your best. I was looking down. I was switching getting the scoreboard updated.
I don't even know what happened
Every
there.
single play was unorthodox.
The result was Point River Falls 20-18 your score. And Leach with a campfire kill to put the Raider back up by 3. Back in the game for Hudson, number 9, Aspen Malali, to come in and play front row. Addie Leach back to serve for Hudson.
She does have nice shoes.
Oh, that's going to hit the line.
Barely clips the line. She got
The
lucky on
Raider
that,
are
I think.
dropping some serves on the Wildcat tonight.
That was a nice serve.
Not a ton of errors either. Their ace to error ratio is definitely at least 3-1 right now.
Leach again. Nice serve. Got the Wildcats out of system.
That's a nice little swat.
Nice set there by Burns. Over to Malali.
Great up.
Peters. Over to the boom, Amelie Pankinen. And you can kiss that one goodbye. The boom hits an absolute bomb. And it brings the Wildcats back within 3.
She hit that one hard.
It's boom time back on the service line for the Wildcats.
Okay.
Raider out of system. Lockhart with the free ball. Peters cross court to Marvelous Maddie Range, and Range tools that one off the block. And watching the body language, Sophie, for the Wildcats, they look like they're starting to have some fun right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got nothing to lose at this point. Least they can do is have some fun.
Might as well.
The arm swings are getting a little longer, and they're hitting some bombs. Burns tries for the sunburn, doesn't get it. Range a roll shot. Jousting at the net. Jankowski wins that one. Free ball by Peters. They're going to call it double, I think, on Prasnicki. They do.
Haven't seen any of those yet, have we?
Well,
no,
seen them or had them called?
Well, called. Let me be more specific.
And Hudson's going to call a timeout. 22-21. Let's dive in, Brother Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Energy. It's energy. You guys know that if Ellie's down, if she's going to tip it two-handed, it's going to be to that corner. So I need middle back to peel, which means right back has to be really active if it's to the 3 zone, okay? Who do they have in the front row right now? And the outside?
Precious.
Okay. So they're not going to run Jan on an A, right? So I need my middle and my left front to be blocking the B, the C, the slide, right? And Ellie back, which means my right front, you can peel out more to make sure you're really lined up on that outside hitter, okay? I like the energy we've got going on right now. It's your facial expression, it's your body language. Let's go.
Cats, let's go. Yeah, with the exception of that 7-point run in the second set, she'd been tight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's tight here in
As
set number
expected.
3, yeah. 22-21, Raider on top, Hankinen back to serve.
Good serve.
Krasnicki, nice set to
Out.
Mullally.
Wow.
That one's going to go a little deep, and the Wildcats tie it up here in set number 3.
Almost
They
sent that one
keep
into
their
the
match
parking
hopes
lot.
alive.
Fellas, my heart's pounding a little bit.
Settle down. It's just a game.
The pressure.
You know what, Sophie? Pressure is a privilege.
Oh, my goodness. You're not wrong.
Okay.
Was that Marvin
Yes,
Matty
sir.
Range with a big-time block and kill at the net.
Great job on her part, too, to be patient. That she had to wait for that ball to cross the plane of the net before she could touch it legally. So she did really well right there.
Wildcats up by 1, 23-22. Jankowski blocked there at the net by Range. Burns
Good
tries for the sideburn. Blocked it at the net once again by Jankowski and Aspen Mullally. Big time play at the net by the freshman. Ties up the score at 23 apiece.
I love that idea by Peters. I think she gave it away just a bit too early, but right plan.
Jankowski back to serve for Hudson.
Good
Derry. Peters, nice set to Range. And marvelous
Nice.
Marvin Matty Range with the back corner kill. Sophie, this one's getting dirty.
We got ourselves a ball game.
Oh, they're going to ice her.
And Hudson takes a timeout with the Wildcats
What
1
happened when
point
they got
away.
in trouble? She two-hand set it to the corner. Who's middle back right now? So if you see Ellie touching the ball on a second contact and she's squaring up, you go to that corner. Okay, that's the shot. Who's in the front row right now? You. All right. If we get the ball in transition, split out. I want 2 pin hitters. We need you as an option, okay? If it's tight, you've got the other middle in there, so you can go to the 3 zone. I like the one. She's hitting hot right now, okay? Let's go. What?
Cats. I was going to say something about that 3 zone.
Once again, Rob, epic timing on the Cats call.
He's been on tonight.
He has.
Late season form.
All right, Goose.
Goose Derry back serving for your Wildcat. Great serve. Nice up by the. And who was that? Ellie Burns tools that one off the block, gets the kill, ties it up at 24. This one's going to overtime, Sophie.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Why not?
Well, actually, no, I would have liked the Cats to get that last point, but I'll take it for what it is.
Burns to serve, panking it.
Oh.
Oh, Peters gets it up.
Probably could have let that go, but all right.
Mullally, free ball. Peters to set outside to Range, and Range right on the line. Burns can't control it. Point Wildcat, and the Pilot back to serve for River Falls, up 1, needing
Scratching
1.
and clawing. Sophie can't handle it. She can't even watch.
Good serve.
Yeah, it was.
Mullally with a little roll shot. Peters outside to Range again. Nice block at the net by
Smart.
LeBlanc and Kinhammer. Lockhart over to Kinhammer. Kinhammer tools that one off the block. The sledgehammer. Hannah Kinhammer gets the kill and ties it back up at 25 apiece.
Got to win by 2.
She's had a good number of clutch plays tonight.
Yeah, she's playing well.
Caitlin Drost back serving. She's had some aces tonight too, Sophie.
Oh, yeah.
Derry. Peters. Free ball there by Range. Wildcats a little out of system there. Big time swing, great up by Ava. Peters diving on the floor. Peters diving again, Pankinen diving. The Wildcats are giving every ounce of effort they have, and that's out. Point Wildcat. What defensive effort by River Falls, Sophie.
I'm going to throw up.
Just laying it all out there. Beautiful.
Oh, my gosh.
Ava Peters has about a 6'9" reach, and she used every inch of that reach twice.
What a
play by Derry.
Oh.
That's going to be point Raider, but good gracious. I didn't see. Was that Addie Leach that hit that bomb?
Yes, sir.
Addie Leach preaching from the pin. I have no idea how Derry got that one up to begin with.
If it weren't for that weird ceiling thing, that would have been absolutely perfect.
26-26. The boom, Amelie Pankinen. Peters to the boom again.
Smart!
And that's a heads-up play by the super sophomore. The boom, Amelie Pankinen gets the point. Wildcats up by 1.
Now Jenna's hitting me in the thigh.
I was going to say, Jenna's ready to run through a brick wall over here.
I'm going to need a massage tomorrow.
The biscuit,
Great
Abby
serve.
Gilbertson, nice serve. Addie Leach hits a bomb again. Peters outside to Pankinen, a little roll shot. Burns tried for the sideburn, almost got it. Burns again, cross court to Leach. Teaching and preaching, Addie Leachin from the outside. 27-27, this game is outstanding.
Dueling pianos.
Grease Lightning, Paige Prasnicki back to serve for Hudson. Pankinen a little bit of overpass. Leach again with a little push shot. Derry. There's a big-time swing by Pankinen off the pass. Leach, same thing.
Good up.
Peters, a back set to the deuce.
Got it.
And the deuce is loose. Rob, let her run.
Oh, man.
28-27, set 3. We're in overtime.
Got ourselves in a real slobber knocker.
Great
Dusick,
serve.
a little out of system for the Raiders. Nice block at the net.
Good
nice
cover.
up by Stigelski. Free ball by Range.
Good by up.
Burns
Good by
tries
up.
for the sunburn.
Oh.
There's a big swing by Pankinen, and that's why they call her the Big Blackowski. Jana Jankowski with another big block at the net, ties it back up at 28.
And look who's coming back in for the Raider, Greg. Mulally.
I thought you only had to get to 25 to win.
Caitlin Drost to serve for Hudson. Peters outside to Pankinen. Big time swing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not going to quite get over. Point Wildcat. 29-28 your score. And the boom, Amelie Pankinen back to serve for River Falls. Coach Kaylee barking out some signals. Uh-oh, those bleachers might be coming down over there. The Wildcat students are fired up. And ladies and gentlemen,
That'll do it.
Wildcats win set 3 in a banger, but we've got a long way to go. Sit back and enjoy set number 4 coming up in just a bit.
Might be a good thing I plugged the camera and didn't go off battery power.
Yeah.
This one's getting wild.
Hey, it's in your first rodeo, Rob.
No. You got anybody coming up, or we're just going to talk about
Well,
stuff?
I tell you what.
Sophie's running
They
downstairs.
do right here.
I mean,
Hey, you want to give them this one, and then you guys stand down there on that by that X. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more down. There you go.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
So on your left, let's see you get out here. So that's we have Eleanor Weeks. She's from St. Paul Central. She's signed with Sacramento State.
Yes.
And Sylvie Gretzer. Am I saying your last name right?
Great, sir.
She's from Matamita High School, and she's signed with Colorado State. Both of you play on Kokoro with Jana from Hudson and Maddie Range. From, you know a ton of girls from both sides. Sylvie, you're known as Sweet Tea in the volleyball world for your massive collection of sweet T-shirts. How has this atmosphere been tonight? How do you describe it?
Yeah, it's been like really good. Like the fans are hyped.
What's that? Do you guys Matamidi have games like this?
Yeah, sometimes, but I feel like they just have such a good rivalry going. Like it's super exciting. The game's like really close.
Why'd you guys come over and watch tonight?
We want to support our friends Ava and Maddie and Jana, and we're just super excited for them either way.
And you can wear pink, so that means you're cheering for both teams.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Eleanor, so back in the day, I thought you guys have been playing with the girls for quite some time. Back in the day, I thought you looked a little bit like Kimmy Gibbler from Full House a few years ago. But the nickname really never took hold, and that happens. But your dad, David Weeks, would always yell "boom" when any one of your Kokoro teammates would hit a bomb.
Yeah.
And I got his boom call, and I implemented it here on our
broadcast.
Really? Yeah.
Oh.
So you guys, your dad is an honorary part of the River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network. How does Minnesota high school volleyball and Wisconsin high school volleyball stack up against each other?
Honestly, I kind of feel like I don't know a ton about like Wisconsin, but like this game is really good and like really close. So honestly, I feel like they're kind of the same. I mean, my conference isn't as good or as competitive, but like, I mean, this game is really good. So, yeah.
Well, so how many Kokoro friends do you have watching the game tonight here?
Oh my God, yeah, like a lot. And also even on the team, like on both teams, like almost the entire teams are from Kokoro.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's like Kokoro out. Like.
Well, hopefully, what do you want? One last quick question before we head back to set 4, and you guys can both answer if you want. But what do both teams need to do to win set 4? You talk for River Falls, you talk for Hudson, Eleanor.
Okay. I'll go first. Okay, I would honestly say like Hudson's doing a really good job. I would say their defense is really like carrying them right now. Nothing is dropping. Chloe Lockhart's doing a really good job right now. I would say they're just maintaining that, honestly. And I know they're tired, but like just maintaining that level throughout because River Falls is going to come back with some momentum. So I would say maintaining that for sure.
Sylvie, what do the Wildcats have to do to get back in this one?
I think they just got to keep the momentum from like a big set 3 win. Keep spreading the ball out, finding places to score with their really good defense. You know, Ava, the pilot's really directing out there, so she just got to keep that up. And Liv's having some great saves.
Well, I tell you what, Sacramento State got a good one in Eleanor Weeks, and Colorado State got a dandy in Sylvie Grazer. So, hey, girls, thanks for joining us. Go enjoy the game, and we're going to get back at it, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Let's get our scoreboard updated. Wildcats and Hudson here in set number 4. Appreciate Sylvie and Eleanor coming on the broadcast. They were fun to talk to, Rob.
Yeah, we like talking to people. Well, I don't always, but sometimes.
Raiders leading in the set department, 2-1. Wildcats here got the first point in set number 4, up 1-0. I got to put my glasses back on. Boy, there's no rest for the weary.
No.
We're back at it here in set number 4. Addie Leach hits one a little long, a little wide. Point Wildcat.
We like that.
Yeah, no worries.
If you're listening out on the broadcast right now, somebody chime in on the chat section and let me know how the Brewers are doing.
That last set was fun, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
A little trouble here.
Burns, nice set to Leach.
Good up.
Peters, back set to the biscuit, Abby Gilbertson. And once again, a big block at the net by Jana Jankowski. Raider are on the board.
Well, Papa Pat down in Illinois couldn't believe that last set. He loved it.
Rob, as the kids say, that was a banger.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Very apropos.
Krasnicki to serve for Hudson. Peters to range. Block once again by Jankowski. She has been all over the net tonight.
Been playing well. Oh, geez.
And I tell you what, that is a sideburn from Ellie Burns. Point Raider. Krasnicki once again. She started off the second set with 7 points in a row. Trying to do it again here in set number 4. Wildcats trying to not let her do it. Cross court set to Leach. Nice play by Derry.
Oh, didn't get over.
Peters set it up for a back row attack from Amelie Pankinen. Hits the tape. And the hardwood point Raider. 3-2 your score.
Brew Crews 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th, says Earthworks Landscaping.
Thank you, Earthworks. And talking about getting down and dirty in the dirt, Earthworks does it, and so does Marvelous Maddie Range with the kill.
There are no two things on this earth that you can't transition together.
It's called segues, Sophie. and
you went to school for broadcasting.
Somehow, some way.
Something like that, Greg?
Peters with a wiggle.
Great
diving play by Derry.
Oh, long.
The biscuit hits that one a little deep.
Got away from her.
Raider.
Greg, are there any fundamental rules of broadcasting we should be aware of?
Have fun.
Oh.
All right. That's a
and
good
articulate.
One.
Can do that.
Great diction.
Thank you.
Hello.
You've used some dime words tonight, Sophie.
Oh.
That's a roll shot killed by the biscuit, Abby Gilbertson, and she is rising up tonight, Sophie.
5-layer Pillsbury flaky.
Best kind.
Dang right.
Lay a little butter on top of that, let it melt just a little bit. Dig in.
Krasnicki, a back set to Burns. That one's deep.
Or do you cut it open and put the butter in and then let it melt?
My dad's a butter purist. As much butter as he can load on any individual piece of biscuit,
He doesn't like
will
margarine?
advocate for.
I'm a big fan of butter.
I can see your dad not liking margarine.
He would say we're out of the Great Depression. We don't need that anymore.
Right. Little roll shot there by number 11, Libby Bartz.
Oh.
The boom,
Great
Amelie
dig.
Pankinen.
Jeez, Burkhart. How did those girls get those shots up?
Amelie
She's like,
Pankinen,
no kidding.
absolute rocket, and somehow Lockhart got it up.
And she's not just getting it up, too. She's, like, getting a good ball up. It's not just deflecting off of her.
Range to serve. Wildcat up 6-4. Back set to Jankowski. That one probably was going deep, but it went right at Range's head.
Probably could have let that go. That's
She's
okay.
already used her head once on a pass.
Oh, my gosh, that was funny. I already forgot about that.
I did, too. That was great.
I have a feeling that play will make the River Ridge Builders rewind tomorrow.
If it doesn't, I'm done with the broadcast.
Peters can't jump. She's in the back row, so she has to stay flat-footed.
Yep, good call.
And the Raider get the point, and they tie it up at 6 apiece. Rob, how would you define this match in one word? What would you call it?
Exciting, I guess. I'd probably
Slobber
say.
knocker?
Well, yeah. That's easy, but
Peters set over to Pankinen, roll shot. Burns tries for the sunburn. Range from the back row, just out of bounds. Point Raiders 7-6.
put a little top spin on it, but
yeah, both. Well, I was playing some pickleball this morning, Rob, with Matt Gretz and Tori Prigge.
you got to get me in on that. I want to play.
We will. We had King Richard with us today. He's 69. He was showing us who's boss today.
Did he rough you up a little bit?
Well, he did. He did.
Oh.
That was
He's crafty. Crafty. We call him King Richard. Big swing in the middle. That was by number 4, sophomore Addie McCarthy.
He's bouncing around, never got more than 3 feet off the ground.
Ties it up. Raiders take a 1-point lead, 8-7, and Ellie Burns back on the service line. Range to Peters. Back set to the Dusick.
Rafters.
And the Deuce is flying high as a kite.
You know, I didn't expect, but we've had about 3 or 4 balls up into the rafters.
Well, I'm going to tell you one reason why is because they're swinging for the fences.
That's true. Ricochet about 40 mile an hour.
They're hitting absolute rockets at each other.
This is just fun.
Brooke Dusick to serve for River Falls. 8-8, that's your score. Big swing again by number 10, the sledgehammer, Hannah Kindhammer. Out of bounds, point River Falls.
Good choice, Goose. I don't know how you know that's going to...
I was going to say, as a non-defensive player, for me, it's a 50-50 shot when I open up to let a ball go out of the court.
And Brooke Dusick, the deuce is loose from the service line, gets the ace. Wildcats up by 2.
Whatever happened to the old ace, ace in your face chant? You don't hear that anymore.
No, these girls are older than about 11.
I like the ace, baby sign that kid had one night. There's a wiggle from the deuce. Big swing by number 11, freshman Libby Bartz.
Hoping Lockhart's okay.
Oh.
Yep, she's on her feet.
She's back at it.
Looks like she might have just gotten a little jarred.
10-9's your score.
I didn't see what happened there. She get run into? Well, she
Looks
must
like
have.
their floor captain's calling for a timeout here.
We're going to take a timeout. You guys want to dive in, Rob, or chat?
Okay, she's going to turn it on. Why not?
It's a delay of game. I like the energy we have on the court right now. It's feisty. It's like you've got a little bit of scrap in you, yeah. Defensively, I know that's a hard ball because it's kind of a tweener. I just want 2 people on it. And if you don't make the play, again, you're sending the message. They've got a couple rotations where we have to be able to score points in there and go on runs, okay? So if we can get Ellie in the back row and Jana in the back row and Addie in the back row, we've got to go then. They've got a very inexperienced front row at that point in time. All right? Who do they have in the front row right now? They don't even know, okay? So if the ball's tight, I like your 3-zone jump or even turning and shoving it with 2 hands because that back one is a little slow right now, so it's giving him time to close it. Your front row for us. B, cut it back. 1 on the outside.
I'm on the outside.
1 on the outside. When you come back up, you really like the 3. I'd like to run that a little bit more.
Cats. Oh. Pinpoint accuracy on the timing, Rob.
Lockhart's fine, back in the game.
Lockhart's back in the game.
Good. Glad to see it.
10-9 your score. Wildcats on top. And
hopefully that does something to her serve. No offense or anything.
And number 3, Caitlin Drost.
Well, your
back
equilibrium
for
knocked off just a little
Hudson.
bit. I don't know.
Now watch the serves get harder.
Oh, no. Yeah, hopefully.
There's sparks coming off the
right.
ball.
Yeah.
Drost with the most on the serve. Brooke Dusick from the back row.
Great up by Burns.
Lockhart with the set. That's going to be out of bounds, a little deep. The sledgehammer was a little thick.
About 8 inch.
Wildcats get the point. Pankinen back to serve for River Falls. I think the student sections from both schools are a little wore out.
I think they're in shock.
Oh, that is a back left corner kill by number 4, Addie McCarthy.
They don't even know what they're witnessing right here.
Sophie, that was McCarthyism right there.
Very capitalistic of her.
Taking control. Range, a little push shot. There's a block by Jankowski.
Okay.
Peters knocks it over. Ken Hammer. There's Derry to Range.
Oh, yeah.
And Range gets the back corner kill, and it is a beauty.
Beautiful out of system play there, too. Peters took that first ball, and Goose was already on the ground getting ready to cover it. She got up immediately, placed the ball right where she needed to, and Range was able to put it away.
Olivia Derry back to serve for the Wildcat. 12-10 your score. River Falls on top.
Good up.
Nice pass by Lockhart. Big swing by Jankowski.
Oh.
And a block at the net. I believe that was the biscuit, Abby Gilbertson, and then Maddie Range.
I'm going to pass that down.
Deposited one on the back line.
Give it to Greg.
The broadcast is going to go down if we shake Greg that violently.
Good point.
Goose Derry once again on the back row for the Wildcat.
Good up.
Yeah, nice defense by Derry again.
Oh.
Nice defense by Gilbertson. Range with the free ball. Burns tries for the sunburn, doesn't get it. Range.
Oh.
Wow, what
got it,
up.
the old Raptors.
And that ball's not coming down. What do they call? Is it there? And they call a redo.
Yeah, that's a replay.
That's a replay. Got stuck up in the rafters. Is it still? Oh, no, it came down.
No, that someone from the Hudson student section threw a ball in last minute.
Came out of the stands. It's still up there?
You might want to check that ball, though. If the Hudson students threw it, and it might be warped.
I was going to say, could be a little low on pressure or high. You don't know.
It's a painted basketball.
Burns over to Leach, and Addie Leach once again from the pin, teaching, preaching, Addie Leachin.
Lockhart seems unaffected by the ding.
Addie Leach has been swinging for the fences tonight, Sophie.
She has an insane arm on her.
They got a bunch of girls playing well, but
Great
I got
save.
Unbelievable play by Derry. That hits the ceiling. The ceiling has definitely been a factor, Rob Derry.
Yeah, I jinxed that earlier, didn't I?
13-12, Wildcats still in the lead.
Oh, it won't be a problem, I said.
And Paige Prasnicki looking for some grease lightning back on the service line.
Out to the coast.
Nice pass by Dusick.
Sure if you laugh.
Great in-system
What an
volleyball.
Got it. Wow. Oh.
The sunburn by Ellie Burns doesn't get it, but then Jankowski hammers one home. Point Raider.
What that does, though, for your momentum as the River Falls team is keeps it high. You know that you can get under those balls. They kept it up for a long time.
Prasnicki once again. Peters a little back row bump set. It's going to be a roll shot by Pankinen off the tape.
Wiggle roll.
Block at the net. Little J hook to Jankowski. She's going to tool that one off the block. Point Hudson. 14-13 your score, and I think that's a good timeout by Coach Kaylee, Sophie.
Yeah, stop their momentum.
Okay, we will. I can't stand them. I know. Like, what do you think we're doing? We're talking it over, right? Yeah. I like what we're doing. We just got a little flat there. Did you feel it? It was like up, 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 and then something didn't go our way, and then we just kind of like settled into mediocrity, and we don't want that, okay? So I need that same intensity when you're fighting for every point. When it's 28-28, 29-29, that intensity, if we have to do it now to finish, is what you need to come out of this timeout, Rick, okay? Starts with the first ball pass, okay? We got to get side out so we can put some points on the board. I've got Gilby and Marv, okay? If we get it up in system, I want to go back to the 9, okay? She needs to hear you. She needs to know that you're there and you're ready for the ball, okay? If you start yelling 1, the block's going to lean your way, all right? Let's go. Let's go,
Cats.
Well, Sophie, the Raider have Paige Prasnicki back on the service line. Jankowski up in the middle. And here we go. Peters a little tight.
Ooh, yeah.
They're going to get the Wildcats with a reach over or in the net? In the net.
In the net. That ball was pretty tight. I don't know if I think once Range was midair, she realized maybe I shouldn't be jumping for this ball. But, yeah, pretty tight set.
15-13 your score. Prasnicki once again back on the service line. Range, good pass there to Peters. Back to, and there's a huge block at the net.
Dominating.
By Ellie Burns.
Wasn't it Blockowski?
It could. Well, I think they're both going to get. It was Jankowski and Burns. 16-13 your score. Raiders on a run here. Peters slams one down with the left hand. Looked very similar to another one that they called a lift. They didn't call a lift there.
Yeah, consistency is the name of the game there, Greg. Tale as old as time.
16-14 after the left-handed kill by Peters. Little J hook by Jankowski.
Wow.
And you can count that one.
Great run by Jankowski.
The big Blockowski, all business tonight. 17-14. Well, Sophie, there is without a doubt the Hudson Raider getting after it. They've had a lot of close games, but before the the two-set match they had not beaten River Falls since 2015.
Yep.
It's been a long drought for the Raiders.
My junior year, we were up 24-17 in the fourth set, and we ended up losing it.
And right now, right here, right now, the Raiders are up 18-14 in set 4. Maddie Range.
What a rip! Right up by Lockhart.
Chloe Lockhart with a big-time defensive play. Peters over to Range, and marvelous Maddie Range is slinging it tonight, Sophie.
Love
Absolutely beautiful. Jada Lockhart, if you happen to be listening to this broadcast, chime off in the comments if Chloe's your sister.
She is.
She is.
Her cousin, one of the two.
Somehow related.
Free ball there by Hudson. Peters to set. Over to the boom. Amelie Pankinen. Huge block once again. They call her the big Blockowski. Jana Jankowski. Raider up by 4.
A few things out of sorts for the Cats there. The free ball pass wasn't great. The set was kind of discombobulated. Peters had some people in her way.
Well, the Wildcats were down 19-16 in set 3 and came back and won. Let's see if they can do the same thing again.
Oh, wow.
It's 19-16 once again here in set number 4, Sophie.
Interesting.
Back in the game for Coach Cayley and the Wildcat. Number 1, Charlie Cat, Hot Chicken Sigelski.
Oh, yeah.
Gilbertson serving for River Falls. Krasnicki, a back set to Burns, and Burns gets the sunburn. Point Raider.
Putting them on burn notice.
It's been the burn unit for the Wildcats tonight with Ellie Burns in the front row.
Actually, I think there's a ban up north right now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Pursuit has to be with our feet under us, okay? We've got to run balls down. We've got to have controlled platforms. I think sometimes we get slow with our feet and frantic with our arms when it needs to be the other way around. Get your feet there and then slow it down. Same thing in service feet. Feet to the ball, lock and lift, okay? Who's in the front row? You. Okay, 1-9, B, cut back. I'm comfortable with any option. We just have to get the ball up there so she has choices, okay? Let's go. You got it, Dave. Let's go.
Well, Sophie, the Honey Badger's real name was Tyrann Matthew. He played for the LSU Tiger. And the Wildcats are going to need some Honey Badger attitude here. Down by 4 in set 4, down 2 sets to 1. They're going to need all the Honey Badger they can get.
He played for the Chiefs. Who is he? You said he's playing now still?
Yeah, he's bounced around a little bit in the NFL, but
call him journeyman.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, brother Rob. Burns to serve. Pass by Range. Little bump set by Peters. Lockhart to Bartz. Peters in the middle to Sigelski.
Oh.
And that's a big-time swing by the boom, Amelie Pankinen. She can be the bomb or the boom, doesn't matter.
You've been smacking the ball tonight.
20-17 your score. The Deuce, Brooke Dusick back to serve.
Nice serve.
Set by Burns. Big-time swing by the freshman, Libby Bartz. Point Raider. Bartz comes out, and in comes Caitlin Drost to serve.
They've got some good young talent.
Yeah, Bartz and Mullally are both 6-foot freshmen.
It bodes well for them, doesn't it?
Drost to serve.
Unless they enter the transfer portal or something.
Dusick with a roll shot. Leach a swing. Good pass by Derry. Peters out to the boom. Amelie Pankinen. Unbelievable defense by Burns.
Here we go again.
Big time swing by Leach. Nice defense by Range. Back and forth they go. Raider and Wildcat. Who wants it more? Was that a sideburn from Ellie Burns again?
No, that was number 10,
That was
Kenthammer.
number 10, Hannah Kenthammer, with a sledgehammer of a swing.
I'm telling you.
And puts Hudson up by 5.
She hasn't had a ton of kills, but whenever she does, it's in really clutch moments.
Drost again. Range to Peters, to Pankinen.
Wow!
And you can kiss that one goodbye. The boom hits a bomb, 22-18.
The contacts are getting dry.
Our producer, Rob Derry, hasn't blinked in about an hour and a half.
Seriously.
We've got Hannibal Lecter sitting next to me.
That one right into the net, point Wildcat.
That might be the problem. Too good to take your eyes off of it.
The Wildcat are scratching, clawing, fighting, diving, digging, and Pankinen ready to serve.
Good serve. Nice set.
Outside to Leach.
Good up.
Pankinen. Peters slams one down with a left hand. And the Wildcats are creeping back within 2, Sophie.
Peters is playing with the utmost confidence right now, and it's so fun to watch.
Goose was telling me some stories about her confidence.
Tell us, Rob.
You got a confident kid.
Nice set by...
I wish I remember
Good
exactly
up.
what it was. It was hilarious.
Oh, Range, big
Good
block
game.
at the net, but even better defense by Derry.
Oh.
And Range tools that one off the block. Point, Wildcat. This game is outstanding.
Something was said about her outfit, and she said, "Don't worry about it. My face will handle it."
Oh, I love that.
It was like,
I
ooh,
love it when
nice.
Ava runs you into the rest stand, and then she looks at me and she goes up and down. Yes, a little more up and down. When those passes get in tight with the blocking formation they have right now, it gives Ava a lot of options to dump the ball. Okay, so she becomes our third hitter in that moment. And I told Charlie I want them to see her, hear her. I want them to be expecting it. Okay. You two, be cut back, stay on the outside. In transition, you can audible a 3, but not out of serve receive. Okay, and then your dump is here. Defensive pursuit. Fast feet. Slow platform.
Cats. Well, Sophie, I was eating breakfast with Ava Peters this morning. Not a lot of talking, but I just said, hey, when she walked out the door, I said, have fun tonight at the game. And she looked back, kind of had a smirk and said, pressure is a privilege.
Oh, God, the more I learn about this kid, the more I love her.
I think she was kind of referring to some people have cancer and can't play and all that kind of stuff, too. So
I didn't know she had
I
that
think
kind
it
of
was
panache.
part of that. Man, Rob, that thesaurus you bought
Good
is
up.
just working for you left
Comes
and
in
right.
handy. Oh!
Range with a big-time attack and kill. Tools it off the block. Here come the Wildcats, Robbie.
It's all tied up. Maybe this one will go to 32.
Oh, God.
22 your score, 2s across the board.
Good serve.
Probably waiting for a little Brooke Dusick here to keep the 2 going. Peters tries to slam it down, tips it.
Oh.
We're in.
Nice block by Sigelski. Got way up in the air. Range off the top hand block.
Good up by Dusick.
Peters tries to dump it over. Big block at the net by Sigelski and Peters.
Ooh, tight.
And Range pushes it over just out of
Barely
bounds.
missed hands.
That couldn't have missed by more than an inch or 2, Sophie.
No, and Burns was going for it, too, so she's thanking her lucky stars that she missed that one.
And look who's on the service line for the
Oh,
Raider,
God.
Chloe
Oh, boy.
Lockhart. And serves it out of bounds.
Oh, Lord.
Wildcat tie it up
Head
at
injury.
23 apiece. And Sophie, I wouldn't want to have any other Wildcat serving right now and this time than our libero at number 8, Goose Derry.
Don't say that.
Oh,
That girl's got ice water in her veins, ladies and gentlemen.
Rob, you got it coming. I'm sorry, man.
Derry to serve. Nice diving play by Drost. Pankinen. Peters outside to Range. In system volleyball. Just out of bounds. Point Raider.
Great rip. Just turned a little bit too far with it.
Paige Presnicki now back in the serve for Hudson. It's set and could be match point for the Raider unless the Wildcat pull a rabbit out of their hat. Down 1. Dusick, nice pass to Peters. Range with a big swing.
Good up.
Huge block by Jankowski. Another block by Jankowski. And the big Blockowski sends that one home. Raiders with the 25-23 win in set number 4. And they take the match 3-1. I tell you what a ball game.
No kidding. Great game by both sides. No heads should be leaving hanging low from this gym.
That was a
wonderful
doozy.
game.
Hey, I tell you what, with tonight's win now, it's definitely not over at all. But the conference, but the Raiders are in the seat for the conference title and likely maybe the number 1 seed in the section. But I have a feeling these two teams might be seeing each other
I was thinking
again
that
in a
earlier.
few weeks.
I think you might be right.
And I don't think it's going to be an easy one way or the other game either. I think it'll be another coin toss.
Obviously not.
Well, stick around, ladies and gentlemen. The game is over, but we're not quite done yet here. We got the Built Strong Exteriors post-game interview with all the seniors, Maddie Range, Abby Gilbertson, Ava Peters, and Maddie Asher, and they'll be up here in just a bit. We're going to have 4 people up here, so we need 2. Rob's he's already ahead of it.
I'm going to run down and grab the court
They're going to
mic.
need 2. They're going to need both headsets and then 2 wireless mics.
And a partridge and a pear tree.
And a partridge and a pear tree. Sophie, before they come up here, leave your headset on. Just kind of wrap up the game for everybody real quick. I thought that was high school volleyball at its best. What are your thoughts?
Undoubtedly. The defense on both sides was incredibly scrappy. Huge kudos to Hudson. They honestly earned this win. Lockhart was playing out of her mind both defensively and with some really aggressive serves. Jankowski, of course, had a great night as well. Kandhammer had some really clutch swings. We got some cats coming up.
All right, so we have take that one. Ava, take that headset down there.
Ava down there. Maddie right here.
And then, Maddie, you take this one, and you got to put it right up to your mouth there.
There's one over here.
There you go.
Oh.
Why don't you guys, and you can not like look at Sophie or look at Jenna, and you guys like Ava get down there, and you guys don't look at me because then people can see you better.
All right.
There you go. All right, hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there are your seniors. Heck of a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess you first, Abby. That was you guys. It was back and forth.
Yeah.
Tell me about the game tonight.
I think that after the second set, we were able to just come out and just play our game and keep a positive attitude the entire time. Like, I think that we were, started off a little scared, but then we were able to, change our attitude and our mindset on the game. And I think that's what really helped us stay strong throughout that third set. And we played really well, and we played for each other, so that's good.
So, Maddie, and make sure you have the mic up too. But, talk about just the atmosphere here tonight with Hudson student section was jam-packed, River Falls. Just talk about just kind of what it was like to kind of be here tonight.
It was definitely an experience, but, we just tried not to focus on what was going on outside, but we were just focused on what's going on in the court.
Yeah, and Maddie Range, a game question for you. Hudson, Chloe Lockhart, Paige Presnicki, they were extremely tough serving. To kind of talk about how, what is it like trying to get a good pass up when Chloe Lockhart's serving, balls are flying everywhere.
Yeah, they're definitely good servers, but we've been working on that in practice. We've been standing on a box just bombing balls at each other, so it's only making us better.
Ava, it was in set number 2. Coach Kelly had a timeout. She had a pretty lively timeout with you guys and, was kind of getting on you guys about your body language and your effort. And that set number 3, Ava, you were diving all over the place to get balls up and just, I guess, kind of, and you're, we've talked a little bit about pressure is a privilege, kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, with River Falls being such a successful volleyball team, we literally have pressure on us every single year. And I feel like we do take that pressure really well. I feel like every single one of us, and even if there's a person who is new to the team or new on the court, there's always other people around them to help them up. I feel like pressure is something that we don't really even know about. Pressure isn't about us.
Maddie Asher, what was Coach Kelly's message, to you this entire week?
Just to focus on what's going on our side of the court and not worry about anything else that's happening and play for each other.
Yeah. And Abby, kind of your thoughts too on, just the atmosphere involved and also with the parents teaming up and both teams, just the whole pass set, attack cancer, kind of your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so there was a big crowd here definitely coming to support us, and it's great that we have all that energy from the student section and even the parents, and then the attack cancer thing, just all coming together to support is just great.
Yeah, and Maddie Range, time definitely does fly by, and this is your senior season, and there's just a few weeks left of it. Maybe not quite a month, but How are you relishing each moment?
Yeah, I feel like when I was out, like I just really learned to like not take any moment for granted. Like games like this, just taking every moment in and soaking it all in.
Ava, so this might not happen, but I mean the way everything's stacking up, if Hudson and you guys, I mean there's a pretty decent chance that you guys may see them again in the playoffs. So this might not be the last time you see them again in 2024. What do you guys do next time to try to get over the hump?
Well, I'm going to commend Hudson. Like, they really showed up tonight. They played well, but, like, tonight's just another game for us. Like, we're going to get back and, we're going to play tomorrow. We're going to get back on our gym on Monday, and, like, this doesn't affect us. Like, the thing about us is we can keep going. Like, there's no, like, we have a storming phase for sure, but, like, we know how to handle it. Like, this is just another game. Like, tomorrow's a new day. Okay. Well, girls, thanks a lot for coming on the Built Strong Exteriors post-game extra. Maddie Asher, Abby Gilbertson, Maddie Range, and Ava Peters. Great job tonight, girls. That was, I know you can't, they have a scoreboard and there's winners and losers in just about every game, but it was sure fun to watch, and I tip my cap to all four of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in tonight. BRC volleyball action at its finest. Hudson prevails tonight 3-1. It was a great matchup. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on the River Falls Sports broadcast.